Bang! Neeves Knives. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Live on Neeves Knives. Now, Ray from Everyday City Carry will be joining us in about 30 minutes or so. He's running a little late. He doesn't get home from work for another half hour, but he's going to be joining us as soon as possible. He does have some things he wants to talk about. So he's going to come on and talk about them, and we're going to chit-chat and do some knife talk and tell some stories and everything else. How's everybody doing? What's in everybody's pockets? I actually got something simple right now in my pocket. I just got done showering, but I got the Manganis Kubi. This thing really is badass, guys. I can't emphasize that enough. This thing is so awesome. It's so well done. And we're going to talk a little bit. Man, why is my thing not focusing? We're going to talk a little bit about that because Kubi, man, they are just knocking it out of the park. And some of the designs, man, they are just executing them perfectly. And this is one of them. The front flipping action, it's so good. It's like you can just treat it like kind of like a normal flipper. They tune the detent so perfectly on this. Some high-end companies don't tune detents as well as this. Now, as far as I know right now, they only have the budget D2 version, which is around $50. I did link it in yesterday's video. So if you guys are wanting to get one, I do have a link in the video from yesterday, but I don't think they have any premium material ones yet. But they usually take the knives that do pretty well and do them in M390 or S30V or something like that. And this is one where they definitely should. The ergos are just hand melting. And I always talk about it. And actually, damn it, I forgot to grab cardboard. I wanted to show you guys something. Maybe I'll just grab it here in a second. But with a blade like this, if you look at it, you can kind of see how it kind of tilts. It's just great because it's aiming at everything you're trying to aim the blade at. It's already aiming that direction, which is great. It lets you have so much more control over your cutting, whether it's precision or slicing, push cuts, whatever. And this thing is so, look at how smooth this is. And this is only one day out of the box, and it is a fall shut action, complete fall shut, damn near a guillotine. And I mean, a lot of people would probably call this a guillotine, but it's not like slamming down yet. I don't even think I've oiled this thing. It's crazy smooth. Carbo killer. Yeah, I wanted to show why. So what I was going to do is I was going to grab a piece of cardboard, and I was hopefully going to get it on camera and talk about why a recurve like this or shapes like this stay into the cut better than other knives. So I was going to grab another knife, and I was going to show how it kind of slips out. And one of the problems with trying to do extended cuts with them. What's up, Ed? Stone wash is the way of the walk. $50? Yeah, $50. 50 bones. That's it. Right around 50 bones, which, man, you can't beat it. This is a knife, like, I could sit here and fidget with it left-handed. Like, did you guys just see that? I did the reach around left-handed. That's crazy. I can't think of another knife I've been able to do that with. Let's see if I can do this one. Bang. What was that front flipper? This one. This is the Kubi. Damn it. It's a Manganis design Kubi. If you just look at my yesterday's video, I got it linked in the description. It's the Momentum, the Kubi Momentum. That's what it is. So good. The way the pivot goes with the front flipper just makes it so easy. Even the thumb studs, man. The thumb studs are just placed perfectly. It's a knife you keep wanting. Those knives where it's like you just want to keep fidgeting with it? It's like that. And it's very addicting. And yeah, just so good. They knocked every single thing out of the park. The only thing I could kind of complain about, I can't even complain about that, but I was going to say maybe the choil You know, the plunge grind could be a little bit farther away from the edge, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I got a fuzzy floating around. Not a huge fan of the stop bin placement, but it's also still out of the way. Like, it's not like it's right behind the edge. It's like in the thickest part. Where in the world can you find them Kubi 4.3 folder? 4.3? That's a bit big. I don't know of any that are 4.3 aside from their fixed blades. They do have a Kukri style fixed blade that I think is a 5-inch blade. But go on their website. Just look around their site. You can look around their Amazon site. Um, they have manufacturing here in the U.S., so everything you're going to order is going to come from the U.S. Cold Steel Recon 1 is the best. Sup, Fox? Kubi 4.13. Are you talking about the blade length? If you're talking about the blade length, just go on Kubi's site. You can literally just look them up. What's up, Mom? Kukri style like the Raha. Yeah, except for it's a fixed blade. I think they have a folder one too. I don't know if it's that big, but they have a couple different Kukri style ones. Which, speaking of Kukri, tomorrow's video, I got something that's reminiscent of a Kukri. No. I got to send it to the thing. We're doing it different.
Oh, okay. I tried looking at Google.
I know. I don't have it. I've never done it yet. They don't have a 4. Right, not without a fixed blade, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they have any that big for folders. Not that I can think of. Knife Sergeant. Shout out to Knife Sergeant. Definitely go and check his channel out. Go and follow him. I see Cue Balls in the house. I think it was out a couple years ago. I have no idea. I would recommend getting a newer one because the changes they've done, not saying they didn't have some good ones back in the day, like the Kubi Airus and things like that, but the changes they've done in the past year, holy cow. Even like this premium one, right? Like it or hate it, right? It doesn't matter what you think of the way it looks. This is extremely well done. The thumb studs are really good. Even the sound of it. The ergos are really good. It's stubby and it's not like it's not going to be your work knife or anything, but it's a fun knife. It's well done. They do have it in a budget version and this premium version. 20 CV steel, couple different colors, not colors, but they have a raw one, meaning the blue's not on there. But yeah, it's kind of stumpy and ugly, but man, when you get it in hand, it's like, wow, this is really, really well done. Some of the other premium knife companies are like, they're competing big time. Where is the knife model? What are you talking about? If you're talking about this, you have to go in my video from yesterday and go in the description. It's linked in the description. Kubi Momentum. Favorite brand in general right now? I don't know. I got too many. Hey guys, just noticed the vid. Oh shit, you know what? Really quick, I forgot to do something. I gotta invite Ray really quick. I know he's not gonna see it for another 20 minutes or whatever, but I should still let me just do this really quick. It won't take me 2 seconds. But yeah, my favorite brand, man, that's tough. Because there's so many good ones. Like, favorite brand for what? Like, if you were gonna say like favorite brand for hard use, favorite brand for EDC, that'd be the toughest answer. But I do think certain brands, like if you were gonna ask like if you could only have one, that would still be very tough. But then maybe that would like boil it down. But just all-time favorite, I don't know, man. Too many to pick. Nice Sergeant says he got the new Gooseworks folder on the way. Excited to check it out. I don't even know what that is. See, there's too many. That new knife that Lefty got and Metal Complex got, the Browns knife, that thing looks insane. I would love to have one of those. I actually, after seeing it, I almost messaged them. But man, it's expensive, man. Like 850 bucks. I can't do that right now, but damn it, I want to. I want to go to the black market and sell some kidneys. Ray probably running late with the subway. That shooting probably jacked up security, and more security means slower service. Yeah, he'll be here. He said he wasn't going to be able to jump on until our 8 o'clock. So, hey man, do you have any Brian Brown knives? I do not. Knife Sergeant might though. He's the one with on that level. Is the Raven Lock video coming out soon? So I recently talked to dude and he's got some of the new prototypes. So he's probably just going to send me that rather than me do the one that, is the original prototype. It would make sense to do the one that's, the one that's actually going to be made. So he's going to send me that. Which obviously makes more sense, just like there's another knife I just did a first impressions on, which I think is awesome, and I would have no problem doing a review on it. But if there's going to be another prototype and there's going to be changes or anything like that, then it would make sense to not do a full review, because it's like the things I might complain about and could change somebody's mind on getting might be being changed or be different on the second prototype. Which is why we do first prototype, or not we, they do first prototypes, is to find out like what kind of changes can we make to make it even better. What is your Grail knife? I don't know. Right now, I have a couple on the list. Like, I mean, I recently got the Hinder Skinny, which was one. But I really want to try the Praetorian Slim. I really want to try that. Like if we were gonna go like to Ultra Grail, I mean, I don't know, like a Sharp by Designs custom, something like that, probably. I really love the Oz Roosevelts. That's another one I'd love to get. What else? The Koenig Ariuses are really dope, especially the non-flipper versions. I'd love to get a Hinder non-flipper. It'd be, I don't know if they make them, but a Hinder non-flipper skinny would be badass. Excuse me, an Nkosi. I'd love to get an Nkosi. Yeah. I mean, there's so many badass knives out there. Most of my Grails are gonna fall under the USA made knives. Now I do have a couple like a couple custom knife factory knives that I really, really like. Jared keeps getting his Grail knife, so he has to keep finding new Grail knives, right? Yeah. I've been very, very blessed. Mr. Amazing has been very, very awesome to this channel, and yes, it's been, yeah. I can't lie about that. It's definitely been a blessing. He's definitely hooked me up. Fact. And some of my favorite knives, if not my favorite knives in my collection, are from him. So Blades and Fades. Shout out to Blades and Fades. Go and follow his channel. He also has some awesome content out there. The Praetorian Slim is pretty cool. Having a tall blade and a more narrow handle is kind of weird, though. I've never tried it, so I don't know. But I see what you mean. I'm kind of dealing with that a little bit with this one. Not, it's fine up here, but back here it gets narrow. So Like if I really want to like space out, this could be a 3.5 finger knife. But it seems like when you're just looking at it, it's like, man, that's a full, full grip knife all day. Now I can cram it. You can see I can cram it for sure, but I'm crammed. I am tight. However, I would have no problem using it like that, but it's just because it's narrow. If it was thicker right here, I wouldn't even say I need it extended. It's just that it's thin right here. So watch my pinky. You see how that little spot does that? And so I have to kind of rotate my hand up into it to get that, which I can do. That's why I said in that video that I like to go like this and go right over that choil. Now I'm nice. Now it's real nice like. But yeah, I was going to grab some cardboard and run this baby through it and show you guys why a recurve like this will stay in a cut far better than certain other blade shapes. I really like that that piece of nice wood with knives hanging off. Oh yeah, this guy back here. Yeah, that's from Patrick. I have a video on it and I do have him linked in there if you ever want to get one made. My dad and I do woodworking. We make good money from it. That's awesome, man. Good for you guys. I guess you wouldn't want one then because you can just make your own. That's amazing. Yeah, no, I've been very blessed. People have like Patrick have helped me out with things like that for the studio. It is definitely one of my prized pieces in the studio, and I love it. I absolutely love it. The Triad lock is the best. The Triad lock is definitely a beast of a lock. Go give your local knife guy barber some views. Here's a link to Blades and the Fades. Definitely go and follow that link and follow his channel. Give him a follow. Yeah, man, those 80/20s for Blade Show are gonna go damn quick. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They definitely are. I'm wondering, like, I think he's gonna have some skinnies in there, right? I don't know exactly what he's calling them, the slims or something, skinnies. I don't know. That would be very badass. I would love to get an AD20 slim. That would be amazing. I would love, man. It'd be so badass if he did one like with a hollow grind. I don't know if he is, aside from like customs that he's probably doing, but yeah, that's badass for sure. I would just love, like, I already got the 80/20.5, so don't get me wrong, I'm very, very happy with that. But it would be awesome to see Demco do something like that, where he did different blade shapes with hollow grinds, made to cut, geometry cuts in like Magna Cut steel. That I know he's gonna do some in Magna Cut. I'm just saying like that. That would be badass. My grandfather used to do woodworking as a hobby. He helped me make pine wood derby cars, and I have 3 first place trophies from those years. Guy was a mastermind in the workshop. Yeah, me and my dad, we one time bought out a wood workshop. We did a lot of carpentry and everything, but this guy was selling out his woodworking shop, and he had like an entire shop of all woodworking tools, a lot of the hand tools, and yeah, I've done quite a bit of woodworking, not to the extent of somebody doing it full time, but as a carpenter, I guess you could consider that woodworking. But when I think of woodworking, I think of like making actual things, not like building. But I've done a lot of carpentry my whole life. Is it possible to open and close a wait, what? Is it possible to open and close a triad lock? I feel like I'd lose a finger. Yeah, most of them are designed for you to just put your finger like this, where you just put it up underneath right there, and when you drop it, it catches it like that. Come on. I don't know why my camera's doing this right now. Normally, it has no problem focusing on whatever I need it to. But yeah, and you can just like let it drop and then hit your finger like that. Yeah, with one hand. Yeah, you can do it with one hand. I always do them one hand. Actually, I can show you right now. It's not a triad lock, but it is a back lock like this, just like this. So this is a back lock. You just push the back lock, put your finger right up underneath there, and go bam, just like that, and then go. It's kind of satisfying too. Jade says, definitely does. There are some we and concepts and such that are soulless, but the Veery is so thick and specialness, and the danger of decapitation is always fun. Yeah, yeah, playing. I don't know if you're. I'm thinking of your fingers when you're talking about that, but yeah, it's always fun playing with the threat of losing a finger. Hey, bud, new to the channel, looking for workman's EDC to open boxes, etc., but not wanting to spend more than $30. Any recommendations? Yeah, I would, if I was you, I would stick with one of three brands. I would stick with Ganzo, um, like the FH41. There's a few different ones, but they're usually under $30. Really good quality. Sativian is another one. There's certain models I would stick with, like the ST103, the ST102. What else? Damn it, I just had it on the tip of my head or tip of my tongue. There's sun cut knives, but those are in the 40 range now. Oh, QSP has some knives around 33, 35 bucks. A QSP Penguin. Another one is CJRB has some cool knives, right around 34, 35 bucks, but they're really good. But yeah, if you want to stay under 30, then yeah, go with Ganzo or Sativian. Another one would be Rake, but I think you'd be happier with the Sativian or the Ganzo. Like I think the Rake P801 now is actually like 40 bucks, so it might be 30. I'm not positive. Texas says, I've been asking for pictures of broken blades, and I have been getting a lot of Spyderco breaking because of Spidey hole as a weak point, and also FRN handles. I haven't seen much of that. I've been in this game for a while. I've rarely seen Spyderco blades break because of the hole. They're usually designed pretty well. Like obviously certain ones if you're doing stupid stuff with it, but that's more user error, not the knife's fault. Like if you're taking the chaparral and trying to hammer it through something, that's your dumbass. But the knives that are built tough, I've never seen them. Usually the tip will break, I've seen that, but that's geometry, you know. You drop something on rock or tile, the tips are going to break pretty much no matter what it is, and especially if you have a really thin blade. Now, but you know, to each their own. If you are looking for a hard use knife that's not going to break no matter what, then you're probably going to want a cold steel, or you know, maybe some Hogues or some Benchmades or you know, things like that. Maybe even possibly a couple Spydercos, but you know, just depends. And like, and if you're really going that hard with your knife, use a fixed blade, because a folding knife is made to be a cutting tool. Not saying that there aren't some tough fucking folding knives. Of course there are, like the Triad lock, like the Shark lock. You know, those are extremely tough knives, and you're not gonna fail them, right? Without like doing catastrophic stuff that's beyond what any human would do to a knife and most uses. But but yeah, you know, I mean, obviously some knives will break if you don't use them correctly. If you use them like a cutting object, then they're going to be just fine. Now, like I said, I understand the thought of wanting to pry, scrape, pick, and everything with your knife. I get it. I've done that lots of times. But in that case, use an appropriate knife. Byron, what's up, brother? Just saying hi while eating pizza. Got to go to grandson's baseball. Have a great evening. You too, Byron. Good luck. Good luck to your grandson. Pizza in Chicago is better, Byron. Yeah, sounds like, yeah. I think if you're worried about a spider cause breaking at the hole, yeah, get a fixed blade because that takes a lot of effort. Because most spider coes, they are. Let me just grab one. Most spider coats at the hole, this is pretty thick steel right there. If this is going to be your breaking point, most of the time that's not where it breaks. It'll break near the pivot a lot of times. I'm not saying it can't, but yeah, if you're really really going that far with it, it's going to break. I think anyways. Because think about it. I mean, if you're going to break this thickness of steel, of hardened steel, it's gonna break either way somewhere. Um, even the smaller one. I mean, here's the Griptilian, same way. It's about the same thickness up there. I think the blade is slightly thicker on the Griptilian. Yeah, actually they're about the same. 130 thousandths, I think, was the Mannix. But yeah, if you're gonna break that, I mean, obviously you can go with a blade that doesn't have a hole, but I think you'd still break it. I think at 130 thousandths thick, you would still break it. I think if you're looking for something like that, then go with a blade that's 150, 160 thousandths, or hell, 180 thousandths. I mean, you can go with like a 4 max, but this is the thing, right? You don't use this knife like you use a 4 max, right? They're different. So a 4 max is something that has a super thick blade stock with, an impossible to break, not impossible, but a very, very hard use lock. So it's built for that type of shit, but it's also not easy just to carry around, right? It's a beast of a knife. So this is more of an EDC knife, a EDC work knife, while that's a hard use knife. Difference. I bought a new Spyderco Para 3. I used it in a way I should not have and snapped the tip. Can a professional sharpener fix that? Yeah. I've fixed so many of them I don't even know. But that's the most common thing that breaks on Spydercos is the tip, because the tips are made for precision. They're made for precision cutting. So they're usually very thin at the tip, right? If you want a knife with a thicker tip like the Benjamin Griptilian, that has a thick, robust tip. There's a lot of knives that have thick, robust tips. So not just the Griptilian, there's a ton of them. But a Spyderco is not a thick, robust tip knife. They're made for more precision work. They're made for hard use cutting and utility cuts, but they're not made for hard use. You know what I mean? Like, hard use cutting is separate from hard use. Not saying you can't be extremely tough on this knife. This is an incredibly strong lock on the Mannix. Very, very strong lock. But the blade is going to snap before the lock fails because the blade's geometry is made to cut. So, there's give and takes anywhere, right? If you want a knife that's extremely, extremely tough, meaning, and I mean tough on levels of where the blade's not going to snap, well, you're sacrificing cutting geometry. Do you want a knife that cuts, or do you want a knife that pries? Right? Do you want a knife that chops, or do you want a knife that slices? You got to pick your battles. And if you pick slicing and cutting performance, well, you're sacrificing those other things. So you got to pick your battles. Use my XM24 as a pet bar today. The XM24, that's a beast of a knife. I got one on the wall right there. Badassery. Yeah, if you're looking for prying, go with a fixed blade or a triad lock. That's what I would say. Or an axis lock, something like that. Able lock. But make sure the geometry of the blade is acceptable because you could get a knife that has a really strong lock and the blade will still snap. So you want a blade with thicker geometry. Like this knife right here would be pretty good. Where'd it go? This is a Tucson, so it's not a USA made knife or anything. It is made in China, but the Tucson TS380, this is a robust knife. Why is my thing not focusing today? It's very robust. The tip is robust. I was even stabbing it into shit, prying. Now, you can see right here, though, it does have a hole in it. But all in all, this is a very thick blade. Even this is pretty thick. I wouldn't say hammer right there on that spot. This is 14C. So it's got a tough steel as well. But just overall, it's a tough knife. But still, though, I would still say there's going to be limits to it, just like anything. Let me make sure really quick. Okay, Ray's got that. All right. Oh, look what he did. Let me share this really quick. I don't know what I just did. Bree says if you pry too far, you just go in the opposite direction. There you go. There you go. My chaparral has a chippier edge because I tried to use it as a screwdriver. Yeah, that's the worst knife to do that with. Like if you were going to ask me what's the worst knife to use as a screwdriver, chaparral would have been in like my top 3. It's literally like what is it? 70 thousandths thick, 80. Oh, here he is.
What's up, dude?
What is up, brother?
What's up, bro? How's it going?
All right. So Ray from Everyday City Carry just joined us.
What's up, bro?
How you doing, brother?
Chilling, man. I just got done going over all my tax forms.
Oh yeah, I
Filing
just
kind
got
of
done
late.
paying my quarterly taxes.
Yeah. Is it a bitch for you?
Dude, because of that big video?
Yeah.
Fucking shit, man. Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck,
It's gonna kill me because now I have to pay that same amount all the quarters.
Yeah.
I'll probably wind up overpaying, and then they'll have to pay me back some.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, that video just it killed me. I mean, it's a good thing because yeah, of course the video was great for the channel, in a lot of
Yeah.
ways, in so many ways. So I'm very blessed by it. I'm not pretending like I'm not, but that's not my average video.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So that month's income is not the normal.
Oh, so they're basing it off of that.
Yeah, they're gonna base it off of the beginning. Yeah, yeah.
So you're
So
probably
man,
paying like a bunch of that.
a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to pay a lot just now. So hopefully I'll get some heaters out there. So
You got fucking views though, bro.
what's that?
Your channel gets views though. I
Yeah,
mean,
right now it's on a
crazy.
decline, but
Yeah.
I know it is though, and the things I'm doing right now, it's inevitable, but I'm about to pick it back up. Like
Mhm.
I had to take some breaks. I had to do some stuff. Me and Kara are in the process of doing shit, so it made me lose a lot of money because I literally got weeks of videos backed up. Not that I
Mhm.
haven't done, but I'm about to catch back up though, so I'll be
Yeah.
back in action.
Is it just like the frequency of the uploads is what
Both.
is hurting you?
Both.
Okay.
I wasn't there was multiple days I didn't post, multiple days where I only
Oh,
put one post up, and the type of posts I was doing,
I see.
which is fine. It's fine. I said it when I got to 100,000 that I was
Mhm.
taking a break, like a little bit, like I was gonna work on some stuff that I need to work on, that I was busting ass, that
Yeah.
I was not doing, and I knew I was gonna have to bust ass on. So once that happened, I kind of backed off the pedal and worked on some stuff that I needed to do, and I'll catch back up. It's not a
Word.
problem.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. I'm posting randomly a lot, but since I did a podcast with you and Everyday Minimalist, I've really been thinking about and looking at my analytics and stuff and kind of just playing a little bit more with those things and not just posting blindly like I used to.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
just things like that. There was a question I had for you.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
the channel is 3 channels right now, right? There's
Yep,
Everyday City Carry, which is the main channel. That's the one that everyone knows. Everyday City Carry podcast is the podcast channel, and then Rain the Kelly is the vlog channel.
yep,
That's fine, right?
right.
Now, do I stop using the live shows as an episode number for the podcast? Because I'm looking at the Everyday City Carry podcast channel, right? And it's like going up by 2 every time, the podcast number. So do
Okay.
I just like change that and just live shows are their own thing and just keep the podcast?
You mean don't number them, right?
No, the podcast is numbered, right?
Okay,
And like I want to flex that because that shit is like 200 episodes deep. Like this week, Mike Emler is the guest. That's the 200th episode.
okay.
You know what's funny is like I forgot to plan for this. I should have done like a big fucking episode. 200 episodes is crazy.
That is, man, that's
Yeah.
insane. Good for
But
you, man.
I
That's
was
awesome.
wondering if I should just stop using the live shows as like a podcast episode.
Oh, I see what you
You
mean.
know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I would definitely separate them because I don't
Mhm.
know if you do this or not, but do you have a playlist?
You know what's crazy? I was talking about this with the homie Matt today, which is the rep who got me with Urban EDC Supply, and we're gonna talk a lot about them in a second. But he came by, and I had to explain to him that I'm running Everyday City Carry basically all on my phone. Like I'm never in front of a computer. So all of those things that you do, like the checklist that you have on TubeBuddy, for example, like adding cards and things like that, is harder to keep up with if you don't, ha- you know, if you don't run your channel on a computer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, when I started using the computer, man, it changed a lot.
Yeah, I gotta
It
start
added
doing
a
that.
lot more work, but it
Mhm.
also benefited a lot.
Yeah, like adding the cards, doing the
Add
suggested
Yep,
videos and all
yep,
that stuff, the
yep,
playlist. Like,
yep.
I think what I'm gonna do is rather than just post, like after I'm done with a video, when righty tighty becomes righty loosey. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna start doing that. Yeah, you inspired me, bro. Like honestly, man. I started thinking a little bit differently. And yeah, Brandon too. Like that was both 2 back-to-back really good episodes have
Yeah, I watched that one. Oh, uh-oh.
of
We
Knife
lost you.
YouTube.
We lost you for a second. It's okay.
You did?
Yeah, go ahead, you're fine. You're back.
Oh, it's weird. Because I saw you, but you glitched out for a second. It
Maybe
was
it was
very
me.
odd. But yeah, you guys are the super elites pretty much.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. It's true, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's
You got Little
crazy to
Fit
be in the
Devil.
club,
You got Little Fit
but I don't
Devil, you
feel
got
that way.
MC,
Yep.
right? You got you, and you got
Who
Brandon, Everyday
who's
Minimalist.
the other guy you said?
Metal Complex.
Oh,
He's 100,000, right?
who's
He's
Metal
100,000?
Complex? I'm just joking.
It's fucked up, bro.
Just messing
You
with you.
know,
Shout
with
out to Metal
Brandon,
Complex.
yeah, and it's crazy because well, first of all, it's crazy that I'm like friends with both of you. And like I knew you guys when the channels weren't that big.
Right.
And now it's become this crazy thing. So and when I talk to you guys, I'm like, damn, these are the same dudes still. Like they don't act any different, but they're
No.
just like killing it.
No.
You know?
No, but you know what though? You do want to get your mind in a I don't man, I hate talking like this because I don't want people to observe me or the channel different, right?
Yeah.
Because the passion and all of that is still there, but you do have to have kind of a goal oriented
Yeah.
mindset. You have to have a kind of a winner approach to it to where you want to be successful, you want to bust your ass, you want to work hard, and you want to win the YouTube algorithm. And I don't mean you are against anybody, you're against yourself. That's it, right?
Yes.
But you need to be challenging yourself against last month and the month before. And you have to pay attention to those things and figure out what's working, what's not working, or wipe some things off the list and say, this is not working for me. I can
Hmm.
take this off the list because think about the time you put into stuff that's not
Yeah.
working. Right.
Yeah.
So then approach things in a different way, learn different things. Learning things is so important, when you can learn new things that are going to benefit you, whether it's something you can teach or something you can teach yourself that's going to benefit you through the algorithm or whatever. But yeah, definitely keeping a mindset that's goal oriented and trying, like right now, dude, my fucking analytics are through the floor right now, the worst they've been in over a year. But
Yeah.
I knew they were going to be, though. I knew it, right? So now my plan is like for next month to shoot them back up.
Mhm.
Um, but and like I said, I knew it was gonna go down. So it's kind of a planned thing. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's different like when you plan it. But there's ways to go about it where you know it's going to even if it's not like a huge up, it's a
Yeah.
little up, right? Little wins, a whole bunch of little wins is a big win. So trying to get those little wins constantly, man, will benefit you massively.
Yeah, the titling videos, differently, like, changed my numbers immediately.
Yeah,
Even
titles
with
is
the
huge.
shorts, bro, like, I
It's the biggest
understand
thing.
that I'm making a lot of these booby style videos with a lot of boobs
Yeah,
in it, and,
the
like, people are
boobs.
clicking, but even I wasn't using, like, the titles, like, "Most insane and fun locks" or whatever, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't doing that before, and now I started kinda, like, playing with it, and I see, like, a boost, like, an extra 1,000 views here, things like that, and, yeah, it really does work, man, like,
You know where
absolutely
I
does
think
work.
you're like where you would shine, to be honest,
Mm,
like, if I was just gonna think about you and be like, where could you succeed, right? I think it would be in things that you haven't tried or done. Let
yeah,
let me just be clear, like, so, like, there like, you obviously love knives, right? You love knives,
I
but
do.
you're not, like, into, like, the little details and the
I'm not.
extremes, right? You're
I'm
not into
definitely
the
a casual
extremes.
into it, but
Right,
if people in the audience who don't know me, if you would just look at my table right now, it is full of knives.
right,
Like knives that are sick, knives that are exclusives, knives that aren't even out yet, which I'm gonna show you in a second. So I am actually a knife guy. I'm into EDC. I love looking at EDC gear. I'm more of like a content creator, I guess. I love creating content. I like watching people what they did to succeed on YouTube and social media. That's really what I like to see. So I pay attention to a lot of these creators outside of knife YouTube. I pay way more attention to that. I actually run Everyday City Carry like a comedy podcast channel is what I like to do on the podcast channel, especially. I like to talk to people that I want to talk to. I keep it light and funny, and I cater the structure of the show according to the guest. So, for
yeah,
example, with you, the last time you were on, we had that whole allegation stuff to do, so there wasn't a lot of structure in it,
right.
right? I actually did have the sharp or dull segments already prepared for you if we got to it, which if you guys don't know who are just watching me for the first time, Sharp or Dull is a segment where I look at some of the new releases on a certain like online retailer, Knife Center, Blade HQ, and we're basically saying sharp if it's good or dull if it's bad. It's bad. It's kind of like a smash or pass for knives.
Right,
And I
right.
do that with all the guests, but with you, there wasn't a structure because we were talking about a topic. I interviewed like a trap rapper last night, and that one is also doesn't have a lot of structure because it's my first time meeting him, and it was really dope. We talked about him coming up, like who his influences are and stuff like
But how
that.
do those type of videos do?
It depends. It
I would say
depends.
stay away from them if it was me. I would say stay away
Um,
from them. And I'm not saying listen, I don't mean that by no disrespect to the guy or his platform or
mhm,
anything like that. I mean specifically for you. And all
yeah,
respects for you. I care about you winning. I don't give a fuck about him winning, right?
yeah, yeah.
So, I would tell you to it wouldn't benefit you and your platform or your audience because they don't give a shit about him, right?
So you're
They're gonna
saying
get
just talk to knife people, even though that's not the only thing that I'm into,
well,
or create.
that's why I think you should separate it. Like
Yeah,
if you're
this is the
separated,
thing that I was thinking about, like crazy too. Is like I like look at this. All right. So I'm just gonna show you an example of
yeah,
like what I do, right? So my mom hit me up in the group family chat and she was like, yo, is there anything else to watch? Right. So I give her a list of the stuff that I'm watching, bro. Your channel would be much more searchable if it was named Frank Sinatra and Robin Williams. Those are my two cats, by the way, who make a lot of appearances on the show. Robin Williams is usually sitting right there, but he's not right now because he's waiting for his mom to come home and she's getting a tattoo right now.
your
Frank
mom
Sinatra
is?
is the other one. But like, look at this, bro. Currently, I am watching, and I list this by streaming platforms in like an actual list, right?
Uh-huh.
And it says HBO Max,
Uh-huh.
Tokyo Vice, Young Justice, Amazon Prime, Outer Range, Hannah, The Expanse, Netflix, Barbarians, I'm not okay with this.
Hey,
Ragnarok,
Kelly.
Paramount Plus, Halo, 1983, Peacock, Yellowstone, Disney Plus, Moon Knight. This is what I'm watching right now, not including anime.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe I should make content on that shit. You know what I mean?
And I'm not telling you
This
not
is
to.
my
I'm
wife, by
saying
the way,
what
guys. The Kelly. This
yes.
is Frank Sinatra right here. This is Robin Williams. And these
I'm
guys,
not away. I'm here.
these
What's
guys
up,
make an
Kelly?
appearance all the time,
Right.
and they're kind of the mascots of the show.
Okay.
Big fluffy fur balls, 13-pound cats, absolutely friendly. You can pick them up whenever you want. That's
Yep.
my girl is right here. She's queen of the channel.
See you.
So there is
What
some estrogen floating around the channel, not just a bunch of dudes talking about knives.
But you know what though? But you can still capture it. So like personally, if it was me, I'd separate it. Me
Yeah,
and Kara are about to start another channel too,
yeah.
and it's more of a couples channel. But
I,
we're
I,
not
I
gonna.
that's what I did with Ray and the Kelly. It's just vlogging and food. That's all it
Right,
is.
right, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like I would just fucking separate it because
Yeah.
people want to know what they're coming for. They
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
know
yeah,
what
yeah.
to expect and what to get. If they have any kind of concern on not knowing what to expect, they're gonna go right to the next thing on where they know what to expect. It's just the
I
way
do
we
feel
are.
you
It's
on
just in our
that.
nature.
I
It's
do
in our
feel you
nature
on
to
that.
want to know what we're getting into.
In the beginning, I was thinking like, you know what? When there wasn't a lot of live shows, there wasn't a lot of knife podcasts going on. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bridge the gap between everyday city carry people and like the rest of the world, like an
Mhm.
EDC Joe Rogan, if you will, which is like my favorite podcast of all time,
I do.
right? And he talks to anybody he wants, right?
But it's
Now
different. It's
it's
different.
different because he
Different.
was already famous when he
But
started that
also, he
podcast.
brings famous people on that
Correct.
already have a huge reputation and a
Correct.
following.
Correct. See,
So
the
he's
thing
bringing the
is
smartest
though,
people on the planet on.
but what if like the person who's gonna be on also has a big following, but they're not into knives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think you're like,
Yeah.
okay, if you were saying that it's a Jordan Peterson or something, then yeah, I'd say fuck yeah.
Well,
But we're
let me put
talking
it this way, right? How about a
okay.
person that has 20,000 listeners on their audio podcast every month?
But do you think any of
That's
your
like every
audience
episode. They do an episode a week and they get like I don't know how many listens. They have their YouTube is smaller than mine, but this is where it gets kind of squirrely,
it's
right?
questionable. It's
Yeah, when
questionable
when
for
you
sure.
think about it, by the way, before we bore everyone with a content strategy talk, I'm gonna show you guys a knife that isn't even released right now. They haven't even made
Oh
it
shit.
yet.
Here, let me pull myself up.
This is the Urban EDC Supply F5.5 in bronze Sagaiha wave pattern. Your boy is a knife guy. Matt from Urban EDC Supply drove an hour from White Plains to my CBD shop today to have a chat with me and drop this off. It's really sick. This is M390. It's in bronze. I mean, bro, this thing is so heavy. Look at the pattern. Really, really cool. Absolutely amazing knife. It
Yeah,
is a
those things
liner
are
lock,
badass, man. Those
which
things
I
are really
like.
nice. Riat does those, by the way. Riat
Yeah.
makes those. So
So I have the denim micarta version, and I really like that too. But man, this bronze one, even though it's so heavy, it just feels like it's just crazy. It's like a ZT F5.5, like the old school ZT, not the new school.
holy shit, hang on 1 second, Ray.
Yeah, sure.
Holy cow, we got a
Wow.
50 bone donation. Thank you, Steve. These live channels have been awesome.
Fucking
I have learned
guns.
so much and found some great channels to watch. Now, man, Steve, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Holy cow, 50 bones.
That is
That is
amazing.
awesome. We're gonna leave that up for a minute. That is amazing. Thank
That
you
is
so much.
amazing. But
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
that's actually why I wanted to hop on the show. Is I'm promoting a new show right now, which is every Tuesday morning. It is on the Everyday City Carry channel. It is called Good Morning EDC. It airs at 7:30 a.m. Perfect time for when people are getting ready or getting their kids' lunches to school and stuff.
Can somebody please link his channel in the comments, please?
Yeah.
One of the moderators, please.
So
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ray.
every Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. EST, we go live. Urban EDC Supply sends me a package. I have no idea what's gonna be in it, and I unbox each item with the audience. You know, we kind of like judge it and stuff. I go through their website. Urban EDC Supply has one of the best websites for EDC gear, like period. Like I don't know if you've ever been on there. The pictures are fire. They write good copy, good text, not your typical bland, like,
That's
you
my
know,
Carta too, man.
yeah.
Sick my Carta, man.
Yeah.
I've
So
never
like,
seen bad micarta on their from any knife that they have on their stuff.
yeah, all their knives, whether like I've reviewed some stuff where I was like, this is expensive,
Thank you, Breeze.
but thank you so much, Breeze. Thank you so much. Yeah, so every 7:30 a.m. Tuesdays, Good Morning EDC episode 3 is coming out next week. It's live. They send me a box every week. It's the first kind of live show of its kind. There's no morning fucking EDC. It's kind of like a Good Morning America, but for fucking EDC.
That's awesome, man. That's a
Yeah, so
great idea.
yeah, it's really cool. We just started it. We're on our second week this week. It was a great one. Let's see. I could show some of the stuff that they send me. They don't just send me knives. They send me other like cool stuff too. Like I've got this.
And then here's a link to Ray's main channel, so you
Oh,
guys can
thank you
follow
so
that as
much.
well. Follow all these links. Go and follow his channel.
Yeah,
Awesome,
Ray and the
awesome channel.
Kelly is
Awesome, dude.
the vlog channel. If somebody could link that, Ray and the Kelly. That's RAIAND and Kelly, KELLY.
Yeah, here's the
This is,
podcast channel too.
so this is the Douglas Field L lighter.
Oh,
A
that's
field
sick.
lighter. It's freaking pretty sick. Look at this shit, dude. This is awesome. And I don't have any fluid in there right now. So what I did, I didn't know how to use it because the instructions were in Japanese, right? And I
Go
just
figure.
unscrewed this part right here, and like the flint came out,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you messed everything up. But those are the kind of things that are gonna happen on the show. It's like live, like
Right,
so it's pretty
right.
silly, very lighthearted. I go through the website and look at the listing of the item. This is where you put the Zippo fluid.
Yep.
Or whatever fluid you want to use. What's cool about this is it's airtight, so there's no evaporation of the liquid, which always
Oh,
happens
really?
with a Zippo.
That's awesome.
Yes, it always happens with a Zippo, and yeah. So that, and they send me knives as well, like some of the dope stuff. Ray, have you heard of Jevon Dovey on YouTube? He recently made a video about splitting channels to keep varying content separate because the different content kills your algorithm boost.
Yes.
Nice knives, by the way. Thank you so much for that, guys.
Yes.
I am gonna try it. You know, it's tough to make another channel right now because like I work 6 days a week. That's early. I get up at 7. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying is like I get up at 6. So I get up at 6, you know, I have my coffee, I like take a shit and all that stuff before before I get on the show, and then maybe I'll have another cup, so I'll be fired up. And yeah, it's been fun, man. People have been showing up. More and more people have been showing up. I think it's going to be a show that grows big. There is really no other option for EDC type shows in the morning. Some guy was like, bro, these are awesome, while I'm like packing my kids' lunch. Like I'm
No, I
listening
think
to you
that's
in the
a fire
background.
idea. I think it's a great idea.
It's very cool. And since it's part of my schedule already, I get up early no matter what. So I just decided to do it. And Urban EDC Supply, you know, supplies me with cool stuff like this challenge coin. It has the F5.5 on the back, which is really dope. And I did a little shorts on it. It's cool. It's got the Segai How pattern on it and a cat fur, as you can see right there. Pretty awesome.
So how long is the episode in the morning?
An hour.
An hour.
An hour.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I try to make it an hour. And remember, you can chime in too. So I am looking at the comments and stuff, and you know, I'll ask questions like, do you think this? They sent me a pen, which was handmade or handcrafted. I don't know if it's a difference, like hand tooled. I'll show it to you right now. But it was, I think, $229. So we put up a, you know, kind of like a little poll if it was worth that much money. So a person actually does all of these, all of the, what is that, like dremeling, milling or whatever it's called, and yeah, by hand. It's a bolt action pen. So
It's
what
titanium?
I do, it's stainless steel, but there are other options.
Okay.
So what I do is all the things that I lack as a reviewer, like if I don't know shit, is going to be answered by the website because we go through the website together. Hey, what's up? How's it going? I play Elden Ring too.
Did you hear him?
I was
Yeah,
thinking.
so
I didn't think you guys would see me.
I can see you behind me.
yeah,
I always
so you
jump
know,
when they
like
jump
that's
from
what I've been
behind me.
doing every Tuesday morning, man. It'd be great if you guys want to check that out. Just hop on
Yeah,
7:30
for sure.
a.m.
What's it?
EST every
A morning
Tuesday.
episode.
A what?
A morning live. He's doing a morning live episode where an Urban EDC Supply sends him stuff, so he gets to unbox it live.
Just for that show.
It's 7 a.m. So wait, 7
7:30.
a.m. your time.
7:30 a.m. EST, East Coast time.
Right. East Coast, yeah.
So Oh man, I forgot I was gonna say something too, and I forgot what it was.
What's up, guys?
But yeah, we do that, and it's gonna be every Tuesday. I need to get in with Urban EDC. Yeah, they're cool, man. I think
Yeah,
what
I
I
just
really
hooked
love
up with
about
them
them,
finally.
this is how they. Oh, and by the way, it's streaming on Twitch too. So it's streaming live on Twitch and on YouTube. Like all my streams are on Twitch and YouTube now, and I've been seeing a lot of, like some Twitch love. It's growing like little by little.
That's what I was
That's
gonna
really
ask.
what.
How's Twitch do for you?
When we were gaming, I only had I didn't do it for that long. So I have friends that make a killing on Twitch. They stream like 2 or 3 times a week, and they stream a long time. I'm talking like 3 to 4 hours.
Yep.
You can make money on it, but just like YouTube, it's its own different thing.
Yeah.
What I do is I just stream it on both platforms, and I'm getting some like subs from it. Posting on Twitter is really good for Twitch. Post your links on there. A lot of gamers are on Twitter.
On Twitter?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Like posting links, you said?
Yeah, correct. So the way it got into Twitter is my friend was dating like a big Twitch streamer, and he was like, yeah, just follow everyone that she follows, and she shouted me out too. And like literally everyone that follows me or I follow on Twitter is like a Twitch streamer. So that's
really
pretty much
cool,
the
though.
connect there.
I think it's funny that you think that 3 to 4 hours is a long time to stream a game, because that would go by like nothing.
I wouldn't say that, Mike. We're all friends here. Shit, we all should be supporting each other, jumping on each other's stuff. Yeah.
What are you playing right now, Kara?
I think I'm copying you. He's on my channel on Friday. Now we're all friends. Shit.
Kara, what are you playing right now?
Content.
Kara, what are you playing right now?
Right now I'm playing Elden Ring.
Nice.
I may or may not have 250 hours in the game.
Wow.
May or may not.
I saw a guy on TikTok today. His Elden Ring runtime was like 41 days. That's how many. That's how long he played, yo.
Yeah, except for people have been doing the any % speed runs in about a minute and a half. It's absolutely, it's all glitches, so it's dumb.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I'm on NG Plus, but Adderall was involved.
Okay, see, I could be on New Game Plus probably like a fucking like 3 or 4 right now, except for I've been playing the game myself and with 2 other people.
Yeah, so you have a squad.
I've repeated each part of the game about 3 times. 250. It's rookie numbers, but I'm like not even like, I think I'm 45% into the game. So we're talking 250 hours for almost no progress, because I've been helping other people with their games, which I enjoy doing. So I mean, that's part of it.
The game is awesome, and it is difficult. I was playing Elden Ring before, but I'm playing Tiny Tina's Wonderlands now with Kelly. We play that all the time. That's the new Borderlands game.
Yes, I do know what it is.
Fire, bro. You have PS5?
Yeah.
Yo, we do too. We use the Patreon money to buy it.
People on here donated for me to get my PS5.
But it's really it really makes us happy.
That's 23 in the house. Definitely go and follow his channel.
Up?
And also go and follow Mike's channel. He's doing a live right after this, so definitely go and join his live.
Yeah, I fucking love Mike, man. I did. You know what's crazy about Mike Emler is I didn't know like I would get along with him so well, because the only thing I've ever done with him is that Knife Nuts podcast where him and Jim Skelton were like arguing with each other. So to me, like I felt like that was the vibe I was gonna get. And then I get on his pod. He gets on my podcast, and we just like an hour just breezes by, bro. So I really like the dude a lot. He's really funny.
It's difficult to do a live in an hour, in my opinion.
Yeah.
When you're with friends, because it's like, man, it goes by so fast. I almost feel like you're just getting warmed up after the hour. And sometimes I want to tell people that fast forward past the first hour, because that's when it gets good, you know?
I want to answer a question really quick.
Yep.
Oh, that's the question. Yeah, it's worth something, but probably not as much as you think. Just go look at eBay numbers. I mean, like Nintendo 64, which came out right after that, you can sell certain games in a second. You can sell certain games from that anywhere between $20 and $100 or more, depending on the game. And that's a later console. So I know NES has value, but it's not like retro value like you're thinking. So I don't know.
Let me see if I can find that. It was a really good podcast, actually, because like all the OG YouTube knife YouTube people were there. Shabazz was on there, Eugene Kwan, Advanced Knife Bro, Cedric and Ada. It was a Thanksgiving episode. Let me see if I can find it. I'll link it in the chat.
Can somebody
Yeah,
grab Mike's link
I found it
for
right now.
Yoda? I think that's what he's asking for is Mike's channel with
Friendsgiving.
Jim and Mike.
My headache.
Oh, you're talking about with Jim Skelton.
Yeah, I found it. I found it right
Okay.
now. I'm gonna just link it. Yeah,
I
it was
disagree with
crazy.
everything almost says.
It was crazy. It was crazy because there's so many people on it, and then somehow I squeezed in like Kelly and me to be on there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Advanced Knife Bro's
Advanced
funny,
Knife
man.
Bro's hilarious.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah,
I like him a lot.
I'm sitting on a table. It's okay.
Hey, Kelly, come here.
Ow.
I'm doing a 420 stream with my members only
shit, I want
after.
to smoke with Mike Emler, yo. I would smoke today. I don't have weed. I have Hollyweed. It's
I literally
HHC.
looked
It's
at
not
the phone
THC.
and
It's
saw
pretty
that
good
it was
though.
420.
Mhm.
And you
I
know what my
have
reaction was?
CBD. I don't have weed. I have CBD. That's pretty much it. I will smoke today later though. On Cuckshed.
A link to Mike Emler's channel. Here's a link to Mike's channel. Go
Yeah.
and follow it.
I need admins, bro. I need
know.
admins
What's
like
your-
Team
what's your
Logic. I
problem?
need that, yo.
Slacking.
Yeah, I know,
gotta-
bro.
you gotta have
It's
those.
like all the planning stuff, the back end stuff. We're terrible at it because I'm doing it all on my own.
I
And,
totally get it. I have been
yeah.
too. Kara's gonna start helping me out. But yeah, it does get overwhelming for sure. But you gotta just strategize. And
Mhm.
there's certain things I think like somebody said it really good, and I'm glad I took this advice to some extent, right? Because they said you can do 100 things, right? But you're going to do 100 things at 5% or 10%. It's better to do one thing at a time at 100% when you got it down pat and it's like, like nothing to you, then move to the next thing. Then
I see what you're
conquer
saying.
that. Once you have success in that and you're doing that like on a schedule to where it's like nothing for you, then move to the next thing. So like say if we were going to talk about say YouTube and Instagram, right? Conquer one. That doesn't mean you can't have an Instagram, but conquer the one first, then start focusing on how to plan around Instagram, how to use it to your benefit and all those things. And then maybe start using the shorts, but work one thing very well because you're going to because this is the thing is that a lot of times, most of the time, actually, it's the amount of work you're doing that you should do more and more consistent. So it's not like kind of like a salesperson, right? Like if a salesperson was going to go to door and they said they went to 5 houses, you'd look at them like they were dumb, right? You'd be like, well, you should be going to hundreds of houses, right? Like not 5, right? It's not that they can't get a sale. It's that they're not going to enough doors. Well, same thing with that. You got to be very consistent. You got to keep up and do more as much as you can, but on a platform, right? If you're doing it sporadically, well, you're just hitting all different people. So you're really only going to 5 houses, in just different neighborhoods rather than conquering an entire neighborhood. If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense.
So I'm gonna add to that a little bit. So on YouTube, that is 100% like true. But when you go to TikTok, it's a different fucking beast because like my TikTok is killing it way more than my YouTube, like way more, bro.
But
yeah,
and to what extent? Like, and what I mean by that is
what's happened is, first of all on TikTok, you're able to express yourself a little more freely. Maybe not in the EDC sense because I can't even hold a knife or flip open a knife in my hand. You cannot do that. You can show pictures of it.
That's my point. Like, to what extent? Let me hit this super chat.
But the numbers are there.
Thank you for the 5 bones, brother.
You know?
I'll contact you later.
But the numbers are there.
Yeah, thank you for the 5 bones.
You know what I'm saying?
Yours is.
What's up? Oh, Kara was here,
up,
so I was gonna ask you to come, but my girl isn't like in. Come over here. So this is the infamous yellow pants that like everyone like. If Mark H is in the chat right now,
yeah, he's here.
Yeah. This is what she wears when she's home, and she wears it on the vlog sometimes, and it's like, "Yo, the infamous yellow pants." Oh, geez, yeah. But yeah, I know I'm definitely going in the direction that you have guided me into. I'm focusing a lot more on just knife stuff on the main channel and just trying to. That's why I split it up.
Well, I would say
You
like
know what I
TikTok,
mean?
right? Like if you were gonna try to be successful on TikTok,
Mhm.
personally, I would go towards something else. And I'm only saying that is because now you're not gonna have to worry about getting kicked off. I don't know. So I'm
Yeah.
completely out of my realms with speaking about it because I don't know how AdSense works on there, how you get paid on it. I don't know anything about TikTok, but I do know that you don't make as much as on YouTube, right? Because it's the
Definitely
length of
not.
the video, right? The ads are not the
Yeah,
same,
definitely
nothing's the
not.
same. Just like
Yeah.
shorts, right? Like
Mhm.
I can get a million views on shorts and I literally got a couple dollars out of
Yeah.
millions of views. Like it's crazy. You don't get nothing. So what you do is you use shorts as traction. The only
Yeah.
thing you use shorts
Yeah.
for is to get people to your channel. That's it. You're
That's
not
what
going to
I've
look
been
at it as an
using
actual revenue.
That's what I've been
So
using these other platforms for, is just a way to funnel traffic into the
yeah.
YouTube channel. Because people on TikTok are like, yo, where do you get all these fucking knives from? And then I'm like, oh, they get sent to me. I have a YouTube channel, or I'll post a clip of the podcast, and people are like, yo, like, where does this take place? And then I say, oh, the link is in my bio. Get this. Just that's pretty much what it is. And
But like, so like if I was gonna do like personally for me, and this would be
mhm.
absolutely just for me, if I was gonna use TikTok, I would do only sharpening on there because I'm pretty sure I could get away with that, right? I wouldn't
I
be
don't
opening and
know.
closing knives. I wouldn't be opening and closing them,
Yeah.
and I would be
You
doing
might
work.
be
So
able
I'm
to.
teaching
Yeah.
something, like literally.
You
It's kind of
yeah.
like chef stuff. You can be a chef on
Yes.
there, right?
But but
So
but let me give you a perfect example. There
yeah, yeah,
was
go ahead.
one really big blacksmith on there, right, that I
Okay,
followed. He was
yeah,
really funny, great personality, killing it on TikTok, like maybe 650,000 followers, right?
okay,
Got banned, bro. Got banned. Everything and he was just like smithing. But
yeah,
there's a
that's
guy
interesting. Yeah,
There's a guy who like just chops wood, right? And he's like this jack dude, and he just chops big logs of wood. And that dude is like millions of followers. So I don't know exactly what it is.
right, and
My
that's a
advice,
threat
yeah,
to me.
like my advice to
That's a threat.
anyone
Like I
who
wouldn't
wants to
even
get on
want to fuck
there,
with it.
like don't hold a knife in your hand. Like just
Right.
don't do that. Like, and you'll be fine. Because I don't get flagged anymore at
Well,
all. Like
that's
I
why
get
I'm
to post whatever I
wondering
want.
if knife sharpening because you can do knife sharpening in multiple ways. You could do it in a fixed angle system or
Yeah.
freehand, right? So I would be doing that, and that's how I would do it, and I
Actually,
would
you know
try
what?
to
I
get it.
think you're right. I sharpened a knife one time on TikTok. I didn't get flagged. I
So
used the
that, but that's
KME.
the way I would go about it. And if it wound up getting flagged, then screw it. But
Mhm.
I would test the waters with that, and
Yeah.
if it did well, I would continue doing that just to get people over to my main channel. But the problem would be is that they better get to your channel and find some sharpening stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Do you
the
know
thing
what I
is, what
mean?
happens is like the cool thing about that platform is if they're on your page, there is like, I got a Nazi bayonet dagger. It's artifact. But if it
Flag
does
is
bug
orange,
you,
so don't
sell it.
sweat it. But if it
Where'd
does,
you
already
put the
sell it.
armrest? Oh, you took them
What's
off.
wrong? Yeah, I took them
I
off.
used to use that
Yeah,
bit.
I'm sorry,
Well,
baby.
okay, do
You can
your
use my
arm
arm.
like this.
Okay.
An armrest?
Yeah.
It's not as good. I'll go like this or something. Something to hold on to. I'm sitting
But
on the table, damn it.
but yeah, like that's why like if you have like if you're putting time into certain areas that aren't
Mhm.
benefiting you in ways that you want to benefit, whether it's
I
money
think
wise
Instagram
or
benefits me the least right now.
yeah, get rid
I
of that
use it as
stuff.
a messaging service
It's
though. I don't
not that you
really
can't use it in the future. It's not
Mhm.
that. It's that you while you're trying to sometimes, man, you gotta let certain things go while you're getting better in other.
It's like how they say, would you rather have 100% of a grape or 50% of a watermelon?
So I'm gonna tell you right now, I literally use the same
Temperature.
I
Oh
literally
god.
use the same video in my Instagram, my shorts, and my TikTok. And
Yeah.
each day I look at, because I'm not gonna limit that video, which I think is funny, right?
Yeah.
Because some people only follow me on TikTok. There's like
Right.
8,000 people that just follow me on
I
TikTok,
don't
but
think
on
there's anything wrong
Instagram
with
it's the
No, I
same
don't think there's
thing.
anything wrong with it.
Yeah. So what I do, right? Since I don't have time, right? If I had more time to be home, I would create like more reviews, more of the old school stuff. But right now, I just use the same video, bro.
Well, as long as it's
You
easy
know?
for you, then I wouldn't
Yeah,
sweat
yeah.
it. You know,
That's
if it's
actually the
easy,
only thing I can do right now.
well, if you're gonna do it anyways, and if it's that easy for you, then obviously do it. I
Yeah,
just would take away the time because, like, if this is the problem, I guess, like, if your answer is I don't have enough time,
yeah.
then how can you get time? All right.
I see what you're saying.
You
Yeah.
you got you got to work out the math in your head of where you can gain time and put that time into the thing that's going to be the most beneficial to you
Mm-hmm.
financially and just in the long run, right? So I'm not saying cut anything out that's going to be beneficial to you or
Yeah.
that you enjoy, right? Because as long
Yep.
as you enjoy it, that's great. But if it's something that's holding you back from putting more time into something else you do enjoy or can enjoy, think about it, right?
It says here you look
Look
at.
at this crazy comb that they sent me from Urban EDC
Oh
Supply.
wait.
Maybe that one.
Yeah,
Look at
no,
this
that's a
crazy
good
thing.
guy to look like. Shit.
So this is like an old school, like World War II type thing. And like, what do you think it is? So I unboxed this on Tuesday, and it's a
Pretty
comb, right? And you're
nice,
thinking
yeah.
like, oh, it's just one of those comb things. But like, look at the pattern on it. It's crazy.
It's a beard comb.
No, it's a comb, like an actual comb for your
Oh, just
hair.
a comb.
Yeah, with like leather made in the US.
It kind
I
of looks like
forgot
it would
where.
be a nightmare to brush female hair with, though. To be
I
honest,
so I've
definitely a
used
man comb.
I've used steel combs before, and the problem
No
with them
excuses, Cole.
was the edges were too rough. But
Yeah,
these are like very well contoured.
are they?
Yeah, that's
I think it's
why.
just like for most like long hair, using a single comb like that, it just like takes a tangle and it just
Yeah.
pulls it down. Like you have to
Yep.
start from the bottom and sit there like it just takes longer. I
Yeah.
just take a brush and tear through it.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I
nothing.
feel you on that because definitely when I had the longest like I've hair I've ever had was like up to here, and I used to just
Pretty
do a
long.
ponytail.
That's it, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I
That's it.
mean,
that's
you
it.
know, I was Steven Seagal at one point. Steven
Yeah.
Seagal of the EDC. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
right.
during COVID, I didn't cut my hair. I just had this crazy like mane, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, but now I could use that, but I can see why like combing it with a comb would be hard.
Can you
Ray,
see?
you're original. Follow
Yes.
your blueprint. You are the best knife channels for me, but the knife game is like golf. It's an expensive hobby. Not a lot of us get into unless we are Tiger Woods. Your boy's Tiger Woods, bro. You know why? He's Filipino. Tiger Woods part Filipino, dude.
Have you tried this Kubi out?
No, I have not. I saw your video on it. It
Dude,
looks super
it's
dope.
so
Is that the
badass.
one?
Yeah.
That's the one. This thing
Wow.
is.
Hold on. Let me show the camera really
Wow.
quick.
I wanted to.
So this is the Kubi Momentum, but this
Wow.
is
You
possibly
don't
my
even need
favorite Kubi
momentum
now.
to open it.
It
That's
is
the crazy thing.
like the front flipper is so fun. I was showing it earlier on the channel. I can easily do every like bit of
Action.
manipulation, action, whatever with my left hand.
Mhm.
It's so easy.
And I can do it.
That's amazing, dude. Yeah, Kubi has been like a lot of these kind of like not so well known budget companies that are coming up have been putting out like really good shit.
It's really crazy because my first like quote unquote premium knife actually was a Kubi. It was the
Yeah.
Kubi Anteater,
Yeah.
the all titanium one. And I remember we found their site, and at the time there was reviews on Kubi, but not like there is now.
No.
And
no.
so he just got me one for Christmas, and I mean it was way too big for me. But for some reason
That's
at the
what she
time,
wanted.
I wanted a big knife. Because I had been carrying the Rig P801, so I mean it wasn't much different. But man, it was that thing was good. I destroyed the tip on it almost instantly though. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but I resharpened it
I
though.
cut something over ceramic
That looks
tile like
dope,
an
dude.
idiot.
But yeah, this thing is complete fall shut action, 100%.
That's
This
awesome.
is a highly recommended Kubi.
How much is the retail on that?
Like $50.
Wow.
It's D2. I'm guessing they're gonna wind up coming in some different steels because Kubi has been doing M390, S30V, and 14C on their
That's
budget knives.
that's
So you can,
crazy.
yeah, you can get some of their like I have another one over here. It's M390 and G10 with a titanium clip. And they have another version in S30V. So like they're doing a bunch of different configurations of the same model. So,
Yeah.
basically to give people options, because some
Yeah,
people
yeah.
don't
It's
like
always. I mean, a
D2.
lot of people are doing that now. Do you have your Org Goat 8020.5 near you?
Oh yeah.
Where?
Yeah, I got
It's
this one.
on
This is
there
Org
in
Goat
my,
2,
my
original
DVC
goat
organizer.
scales. Shout out to Bacon Swag FL Chris who sent this to me.
Thoughts on knife play in the bedroom. So we used to have
Knife
a
play
rule,
in the
no
bedroom?
ballad songs in bed, but other than no ballad songs, anything goes.
Literally, I had a ballad song in bed, and he was getting so irritated with me. And he would always say, "This is a bad
Dope.
idea." And then one night, I flipped it in the air and I threw it, and it just went, right into his head, and then that was the day the rule was made. No bells.
So this is a reblade by Transparent Knives and
Oh, yeah,
Magna
he's
Cutted
awesome.
64.5 HRC. And then I have some original goat scales in titanium. I always have the link in the description. Now, Brian did the reblade for me, and he just did 20 spots. So shout out to the people winning those spots that are going to be lucky enough to get the blade shaped steel and grind and heat treat to their specs, because that's
He's
an
really
amazing thing.
good.
Now, I know a
Very
lot of people,
interesting guy as well. I had him on my
dude, he's
podcast
so
too.
awesome.
Yeah.
One of the best, dude.
What do you
Such a
think
good
about
dude.
that beef with him and Hinderer, yo? I was laughing so hard just reading that shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro.
it makes me sad for Hinder because, you know, I like Hinder Knives a lot.
Yeah,
I
me
really
too.
do.
Me too.
And I want nothing but the best for Hinder, and I know he does too, right? He's not,
Yeah.
I don't think he's saying it in a way like to be disrespectful. He's saying it in a way to have a discussion to where, you know, we could talk about, and he did give it credit. Like he said, he tested multiple other ones and it fell within specs. It was one that fell under, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes that shit happens, but don't argue with the dude and make it seem like he doesn't know what he's talking about, because guess what? The fucking
does.
community knows he does.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
So
the thing.
you're making it shine on you as a bad person because you're calling out somebody that you don't know,
Yeah.
but the community does.
Yeah.
And the community has
that
a lot of respect for him on knowing what he's talking about. So you're making
Exactly.
yourself look bad. And this is the caveat is that Hinder sends his stuff out to Peter's Heat Treat to be heat treated. Brian does it himself. He's an actual heat treater. So you're talking like it's a company sending their blades out to be heat treated versus somebody who actually does it in house. How are you going to question his authenticity?
True.
You can't.
You can't.
So don't, like, just leave it alone. Be humble and have a conversation. That's what you could do. You could have a conversation. And I want that. That's all I want. Like, if he would have had a conversation with Brian, it would have been so amazing to hear those two talk like an actual, like, gentleman, right? Talk it out like gentlemen.
Yeah.
Because Brian, like I said, you know, he wants nothing but the best for them. And and you never know, you might come out and actually learn something and might be able to improve on something. But don't ever think that you are above criticism or improvement.
True. For sure, bro.
Chicago! Shout out to Chi-Town 23. Thanks for the 10 bones.
I can't see any of it.
It's a fox with a heart. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Are you looking at the chat on YouTube on a separate machine or something?
Two different, yeah.
We have
maybe I should do that.
Big time, man.
Yeah,
Big time.
we got two devices.
Yeah, it definitely disappointed me. I still love the knives and everything.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
What was that?
That's my phone.
Holy shit!
What kind of a phone is that? The thing is huge.
It's kind of like mine. Look at mine.
This out into a bigger screen.
There's one phone right here.
Okay.
There's one screen, and then you open it, and then I have a different like wallpaper. So I'll do YouTube on
You
here.
can use it like a tablet, basically.
Yeah. I use it for editing.
Mine's pretty big as well.
Yeah.
Let me
It
take
seems
you
logical.
out.
It's like anime background.
Yeah,
but
I'm like
mine,
a
the reason
super
why I
nerd.
got this one is because of the camera. It has like the best camera you can get on a phone.
Which phone is that?
The SR21 Ultra.
Why are you?
Oh
doing
yeah,
that?
that's a good one. They have the 22 now.
I think that's the same one that Metal Complex actually uses too.
The 21 is very good. Yeah, I think the
it's so
22
good.
is really good. This is the
I didn't even
latest
know they
one.
came out with the 22 because I
Yeah.
got this recently. They didn't even have the 22 yet.
Yeah, no, the 21 is. I mean, Samsung has really good phones. I think though, if you're uploading stuff, iPhone is the best because every app is optimized for Apple. They can't optimize for Android because Android is a bunch of different devices. So for example, if I shoot a video on TikTok natively, like not with my camera app, it'll be 720p, which is garbage. You know what I mean? With iPhone, you can upload like as high as you want. That same goes for Instagram too.
I can change
that's
mine.
The only downside.
I can change mine. Mine seems pretty awesome. I mean, I can. I love the camera. I can upload in high.
I think on Instagram you could upload higher, but you'll see if you put it side by side, the same shot with an iPhone, the iPhone uploads higher.
Okay.
If you're
iPhone
using
only
the
uses
app,
one
like the
hardware and one
Instagram app to
iOS.
shoot.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's
they're
it's
able
just
to optimize their apps
correct.
for
Yeah.
one thing there because it's one iOS, one phone hardware, same deal. Whereas Android, you have different companies making different phones, potentially different iOSs, I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's
See, man, I can't stand fucking Apple shit. I hate it. I
I
do, man.
might have to get one,
you
like,
might
just for
like
the
Linux.
TikTok shit.
You
Yeah.
could switch
I
over
like
to
my
Linux
Android.
iOS.
I like Android, man. I'm always gonna have an Android, but I think I have to have both now. That's the other thing. I'm like a tech guy too. Like I watch all the tech shit like all the time. That's like
Yeah.
one of my favorite things to watch.
I
Is new
need to get better with
technology and
that
stuff.
stuff. I mean, but I have gotten so much better. Like,
Oh yeah, I could tell, bro.
Yeah,
dude, yeah. Like, but
it's crazy.
when I started though, like even like with this laptop, when we first got it, which hasn't been that long, I didn't even
It
know how
was
to use it.
bad.
So
No, like the anger level was bad.
yeah,
Like
you could put me in a pit full of
That's
snakes,
so
and I'd be
funny.
way
there
happier than
was
dealing
one
with a
time when
computer.
my mom was here and she goes, "What is Jared working on today?" And I go, "Why?" And she goes, "Because all day long." This is what she said. She goes, "Is he doing something new with technology today?" And I go,
So
"Why?"
funny,
And she goes,
bro.
"Because I keep hearing."
Oh,
And I was like, "Probably." And I went downstairs. That's exactly what was happening.
Because like to
To
me,
be fair, Adobe was crashing for no reason though. That really
but
was crazy.
imagine
you're
though
using
not
Adobe Premiere
understanding
now?
anything. I would push something in the screen, like pop, 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 and it's like,
Because
what did I do? How do I get this off?
there was a while where it's a pad, on the laptop, the mouse pad, where it's just one rectangle, and he was
Mhm.
right clicking instead of left clicking. So you
Oh,
can
okay.
imagine how haywire your computer would
Mhm.
go every time you're trying to open or run a program that you're right clicking on it. So
Yes,
The all-time
yes,
high. So
yeah.
I'm
I
sure
go
you
crazy. I've
I'm
gotten a
sure you
lot
have a
better
mouse
though.
now.
I've definitely gotten so much better. I'm way better. I can edit on here now, in which
with Adobe too, not just any editing
That's
stuff.
bro, I don't even use Premiere. Like I gotta do that.
He doesn't use Premiere either. I got him Elements because it's like a
Yeah.
beginner of Premiere.
Yeah.
So you can actually set it to different beginner levels, which is pretty damn cool. So I just put
Yeah.
him on the expert one and showed him, but it's not as advanced as Adobe like Premiere or for
Yeah.
Photoshop Lightroom. It's not that crazy. It's
Yeah.
like halfway as advanced, but it's still an advanced system,
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So I mean, but very similar to Kinmaster, however the hell you say
iMaster.
that
Yeah.
one
I
thing.
still what's crazy is I still fucking use that shit.
So does he.
Which is like
when he does stuff
insane,
off his phone.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use it for Instagram and for shorts.
It's
Yeah.
I do everything
It's
on
very
Instagram and shorts
useful.
off my phone.
It truly
it's very
operates like a
useful.
professional like editing system.
Mhm.
It doesn't have as many layers, but like it's still like it even has volume enveloping. I've never seen an app that does volume enveloping.
And
But
it's
one of
very
my
easy to use
that is
too.
really
It's
cool.
very good to use.
Used
I used to do everything on KindMaster.
What?
Envelope? You would get mad because you
What?
didn't know what it was. You're like, what the fuck is a volume envelope?
Well, one of my problems with using the computer at first was I was also learning how to use a camera, which I have never done. So having to learn the camera, my new microphone, and the computer all at once, the lighting changed, like so much changed, but I got it down. It does take time and effort and struggles, but damn it, I did
calling
it.
you a boomer.
Hey, whatever. Okay. I don't give
Wait, well, you're Gen X though, right? Are you? Wait,
No,
no.
I'm 36, so I'm a
Oh God,
millennial.
I'm the only Gen X in the chat right now. No, actually, people
Well,
in the
I
chat.
doubt
the
that.
whole
I doubt
chat?
that. I doubt that.
I mean, like on the live, like
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
I know what
video,
you mean.
yeah. Because I'm 41 right now, and
That's crazy. You do not look 41.
No.
yo, how's your fitness going, bro? You like working
Great.
out a lot?
Great. I actually lost a little bit
Yeah.
because I had a good gain going.
Yep.
I need I was doing really well, and then I did kind of, I don't know why I did it. I did do it for a reason, but I did do like a little bit of a calorie deficit for a little bit.
Just to like shred a little.
Just a little, but it didn't work out as well as I wanted, and
Yeah.
I think I should have just stick with what I was doing. So I wound up going down a little bit, and now I'm going back up again, which that's what I want.
Yeah, man. It's like I really I saw a post by
Control?
Erica, not your average EDC, and she posted like a little fitness pic, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's so awesome that you work out and stuff. Cause I think it's like something that a lot of people in the EDC community neglect, bro. Like health.
Yeah.
You know
No,
what I'm
I
saying?
try to tell people, man.
Yeah.
I try to
It
talk
changed
about
my
it.
fucking life, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna share my screen right now real quick.
Go ahead.
And you know, for all you skinny dudes in the audience that have been picked on, you know, called Skeletor and fucking your whole life called skinny or whatever, I fucking did this shit in a year, bro. And in a year with no gym, son.
I don't have a gym either. I do
Yeah,
everything at
I
home.
shared the thing right now. You gotta approve it, I think.
Oh, do
Yeah,
I?
it's right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, I see it.
So
Yeah, I did that in 1 year, yo. So
Dude,
if
you
you
look
have
great,
always
bro.
been a skinny dude, like this is not going to the gym. I hate people. I just work out at home, and I'm old too. I'm not super young. I did this from 120 pounds to 150 at a height of
Have you
5'9".
had your test checked?
I have a thing called InBody in my house that measures your BMI and all that stuff. We
Yeah.
spent like a shitload of money for it because Kelly's into fitness too.
But
And
do you have anything did you ever get any blood work done?
I have not gotten blood work done because we have no insurance. We haven't had insurance for 5 years. Kelly is getting into the medical
Are you
field.
ever planning on getting on TRT?
If my test is low, because I'm
No,
41.
well, let me be clear. I don't
Yeah.
think your fucking test is low.
Oh well.
I wouldn't
I-
say okay. So this is the way I think you should look at it. And
Yeah.
I'm not telling you to get on it or not anything like
Yeah.
that. So like
I would if my test was low, and I would just
for
get
sure,
jacked. I would just
but
be
your
a
test
fucking
isn't low.
gorilla, dude.
Your test isn't low. Your test is not
Yeah.
low. So don't even consider
Yeah.
that because it's not.
Mhm.
You would have outcomes if your test was low.
Yeah.
Right. So lots of different things. And I can
Mhm.
go over the things, but like when you get blood work done, right?
Yeah.
A doctor that's going to test your test levels isn't going to be the guy to test your test levels.
Yeah.
You're going to actually want to go to
Like a clinic.
test.
Yeah. Like
Yes,
an
and the
actual, yeah.
reason why, and this is the reason why, is
Did
because
you do it?
you might be normal for a 41-year-old,
Did you do
but
it?
did I? No, I've
Yeah.
had my blood work done though, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna though. I'm definitely
Yeah.
gonna.
You gotta get
I'm
on
definitely
TRT.
gonna
You gotta
go
get on the
to.
juice. You want to do it
I'm
together,
gonna use
bro?
More Plates, More Dates Clinic.
You
I'm
wanna
gonna
do
use
it,
his, and I'm gonna get the stuff sent, and I'm gonna check it out. But what I'm saying
Yeah.
though is that, like when I got my stuff checked, right? I already knew I was pretty high, pretty decent because I work out, I do lots of things, you know. But
Said HRT. Is he transitioning? No,
That's what I just
TRT,
read.
not HRT.
TRT,
TRT, bro.
TRT.
Testosterone, man. You're
Anyways,
trying to get
so
jacked
listen,
to the gills, bro.
but like when you get checked, right?
Yeah.
A doctor is not a professional in that field, so he's going to tell you you're normal for your age, right? You might be normal for a 41-year-old, but a 41-year-old or say a 50-year-old's
Mhm.
test levels are going to be massively lower than a 30-year-old's. So wouldn't it be great to have the test levels of a 30-year-old? Right?
Yeah.
Which
That is a good
but
question. Yeah.
wouldn't be a much of a difference, but it would be a significant difference when talking about health reasons, right? The way you look, how
The way
happy
you
you
feel
are,
too. Yeah.
just all kinds of stuff. So
Mhm.
it's not like you're getting on steroids because steroids would put you beyond that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It would put you on a level of which isn't normal, isn't human.
Bro, I guess we're
But
getting on TRT.
TRT would put you in a level of which you're just younger. That's it.
I guess we're getting on TRT, bro. We're gonna
Like
vlog
Joe
about
Rogan,
it.
that's what Rogan's on. You know, I would fucking get on it. I wouldn't give a shit.
I think I put in a lot of work. So
OCD for EDC.
Yo,
What's
what's
up, Beaches?
up?
Definitely
What's
go and
up?
follow
Actually,
his channel.
Good vibes, good
Is this the
vibes.
Fuller in titanium?
That is the titanium one.
No fuller?
No
I'm so
fuller.
confused.
No
Does
fuller.
the
Which
big
knife
one
is
have
that?
fuller?
No fuller.
What knife is that, bro?
That's
This
the
is
mini
the-
bag lighter.
I thought that we had
Oh,
the
I
one with
have
the
one.
fuller because I knew
Wow,
we
that
could
looks
middle
sick.
finger
No,
flick
we
it.
had it in.
But
we
you
don't
could
that-
middle finger flick it, right?
Is
With
that
the
We don't
fuller?
modded?
own it though.
But you could. I'm
What?
asking a question.
that
though.
modded?
Could you flick it with your middle
Yes,
finger?
I think. I don't remember. We
I
never
thought we
owned
could.
it. I never owned it. I don't know. It had a flipper tab on it. But
Is that
I
modded?
think it had a fuller. Yeah, I think it had a fuller. Yeah, it had a fuller
And
and,
you
and
could.
a flipper. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is just the mini
The mini
titanium
one.
frag with a spear point hollow. M390 though.
Ah.
Badass. It's really
I
thin
like the
behind
big
edge,
lighter.
super smooth.
I love that knife too.
This is like a great knife for you, especially
Oh,
in
yeah, dude.
New York.
See?
It's deep
Yeah.
carry, super small but very slicey. Great little knife. And
Yeah.
this one's, like I said, titanium frag.
Wow.
Yeah, fuller.
That's
fuller
It's like
awesome.
and flipper.
$130.
No, I remember
Yeah.
that one.
Damn,
And
full
yeah,
tie
I-
130.
you
And
could-
what's
you
a
could use
blade
the
steel?
fuller with it.
What's that? I'm sorry.
What's the blade steel on it?
M390 on that one,
Damn,
but they
for
have all
130?
different versions. I got one in fat carbon. I got one in micarta. I got one in aluminum with 4V. I got so many different versions of it.
So weird to do left-handed.
M390 bag
also,
lighter. I'm
I
like
was
googling it
wondering,
right
Kubi
now.
frag.
That thing is $130, dude.
For the frag titanium one, yeah.
Are you looking at the
Justin's
mini?
wanting your digits, bro. He said
Oh,
you're looking
thanks.
good.
Dude, Justin used to train for MMA. He was like a fighter before. He told me on
Yeah.
my podcast. I
Yeah,
thought
no,
that
I
was
watched
really
that one. Yeah,
awesome.
no, that was a great
Yeah,
podcast.
I thought that was really awesome. That's when I first
What are you
met
looking
him.
for?
I was like, that's dope, bro.
Right here.
But yeah, the mini bag lighters are fire.
Why don't I have
Yeah,
it?
I
You
just
do, it's
Googled it
right
right now.
here.
It is definitely 139. That's crazy.
What is that?
Yeah.
That is awesome, dude.
That's it.
That's so crazy. You could just get M390 for like less than $150 now.
This one, they might be sold out right now, but yeah, I think it's like 130, 135 or
It's
something like that.
139. I'm looking at it
I
on
also have a
on
10% discount code for it too, so you
oh,
can get it
that
for,
one?
sick.
even less than that. Yeah,
Which website?
for Mojave Outdoors.
That's on Amazon, I
Yeah,
think,
tell them to hit
right?
up
They
your
have
boy.
Actual website.
no for the 10% discount code. You actually got to go to Mojave Outdoors. They have an Amazon, but
Yeah, it's 139 right now on Knife Center, but it says pre-order right now, which is weird.
well, I don't know why you had to throw married in there, OCD.
Who, me? Oh, yeah.
As if that dragged you down even more.
Yeah. That's the other thing too, man. Like your boy is married and we streamed our wedding.
Yes.
For the people that are new to Everyday City Carry. We streamed our wedding on YouTube and it was like really touching to see everyone show up and stuff. A lot of people were like, bro, I was crying. They were like DMing me. He's like, when you read the vows, bro, and you broke down, I was like, fuck. Everyone saw that, you know. It was a very emotional one, but I was happy about it. Like that's the
Men
thing
have
about
moments when they're allowed to.
yeah, like our
Be
channel is
emotional.
so open with our lives, and whether that's a detriment or not, it's crazy. Like people know when Kelly and I have sex. That's how open we are.
I
It's like,
think
it's Sunday. You know what they're doing. You know.
I think people that can relate with you, I think that's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Word. What does
You know-
Ray carry daily? So I'm gonna answer this guy, Colton Magby.
What was that for?
What I carried today was the Riat Starboy. That's what I carried today. And I have a leather pocket sheath, which has a Victorinox Classic, a Victorinox Cadet. And I have a clipper lighter in case I want to smoke a joint. And then I have a We Knife Strix titanium pen. And then I have an Olight flashlight in there. I think it was, which is the one that everyone has. It's like the most common one. You know what I'm talking about?
For which one? For
The Olight. Like, which is the most common
here, this one right. Well, I got the titanium version, but the i5R EOS. I think
yes, it's probably that. I'm
Mine's the
Googling
titanium version, but it's the i5.
Let me see. I'm gonna look. Yeah, that's the one. I carry that one in my pocket every day in a leather pocket sheath in the right pocket, and then I have the knife sitting on the outside in the pocket as well. I do not use the clip because you can get arrested in NYC, and then all of a sudden I'll show up in the news. You know, Pacific Island YouTuber gets shot by police. You know what I mean? Yo, you know what's crazy is I think we're
Next
gonna move.
thing you know, we have a Live on the Run.
I know, yeah, right. It's like YouTuber on the run, didn't have a lot of subs, stabs a police officer with a knife from his sponsors,
Vigorously.
like Urban EDC Supply F5.5.
Today I was carrying. I already showed that Kubi because this thing is just
That thing is
fucking
sick, dude.
fire. I
So
didn't wind up
good.
carrying my EDC organizer today, but if I would have had my 80-20.5 slipped
Ooh.
in here.
You can fit that?
Yeah, so it fits perfectly. I got
Wow.
the tactile.
Oh, that's the
turn
Taylor
10
Knives one.
titanium with the Timascus bolt, and then I got the titanium Olight and the 80-20.5. But I switch out the knives all the time in here.
Yeah,
I've just been
same.
carrying that lately because I've been testing that magnet cut at 64.5 HRC, and holy shit, has it been badass. Like it just
Wow.
holds an edge forever, but it's kind of difficult to tell if it's the edge or the geometry because it's so thin behind the edge. Like, I mean, transparent knives made it to where it's not just 10,000s behind the edge, it's 10,000s moving up the blade. So
That's
it is
crazy.
micro
What?
thin. I can sharpen it in 5 minutes.
Is that going to remain
Yeah, I can.
strong?
No,
That
it's
thing?
not. No.
Oh,
Not at all. It is for cutting performance only.
right. It's for
Mhm.
like
Cutting
making knife
performance.
Yeah,
porn.
because most people, that's what they're doing. You know what I
Well,
mean?
right, and that's the
Yeah.
beauty of it is that even if it's dull, it's sharp, you
Mhm.
know?
Right, because it's so thin.
Even if
Yeah.
it's dull, it's sharp. That's like saying
That should be the tagline.
that's like my boy. One time we were doing a bunch of drugs in my house. We were rolling on ecstasy, and my boy goes like this. I feel like I'm on pause, but I could move.
That's hilarious.
Why can't you?
Oh, my 20s, man. You
Oh,
know what I
don't
mean? Like it's so different now. It's so funny now. You know, I'm 41. Kelly is 37, and like how we party is like I'll come home and I'll have these CBD edibles that let you have really good sleep. They're like $8.50 each, and I come home and I go like this. I go up to her. I'm like, "Want to sleep tonight?" She's like, "Hell yeah!"
Hell
And that
yeah,
shit tastes really good too.
party.
We eat that shit and we just knock out.
That sounds nice.
And I wake
I'm
up
not
like
gonna
we do a
lie.
bunch of shit the next day. Oh, what is that?
This is what seems logical was talking about, the Vosti Nightshade,
Oh,
but,
that's nice.
this is talking seems logical. Watch my video tomorrow. There's another one out, not from Vosteed, but something kind of similar because it used the same knives for its design influence, and I think you're gonna like it. I actually put these two next to each other to compare it. It's not exactly like
So
this,
blurry.
but it is a much more premium type version. In a
Wow.
way, it's so
God, it looks
badass.
bad.
That's
So badass.
sick, dude.
Well,
It's so
technically,
sick.
the one for tomorrow is technically designed around because technically a kukri is a fighting knife, right?
Yeah.
Fighting slash outdoors knife. So it's technically kind of built around a fighting slash EDC knife, but it's pretty badass. You guys will see it tomorrow. I'm gonna upload it. I'll tell you about it
I
now,
like
but you
the
guys won't
idea
watch it.
of more kukris implemented.
I like
into
that
folding
blade
knives, but
shape.
I don't know how practical it
I
really
want
is.
to hear of all the women succumb to his druggings.
I
Oh.
don't know.
Well, I was a DJ for 10 years, so there was a lot of that kind of stuff involved. There was no drugging of women, but I definitely did drugs with a lot of ladies and did a lot of sexual things. That's why I'm married now. Like I
You
don't,
drug them
need
around.
I don't need the extra puss. You know what I mean? Like,
Not your
I'm
next.
reading some of the
Holy
like
shit, I just realized it's 420. I
I
am a
know,
horrible
yo.
speller.
Oh shit, Matt Fujiwara, bro.
Does Ray have a
You got
pop filter?
Asians in your chat, bro?
Numbers
I got like
considered.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does Ray
you
have
have
a
a
pop
pop
filter?
filter.
Those
I
can
don't hear anything popping
save
at
you a
all.
massive headache.
It's
I did before. I got to get new ones. So the way Everyday City
Yeah.
Carry is set up is I got like 4 of these right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one on mine.
Yeah, it definitely. I need
Help.
to get one. I
Yeah,
need to
no,
get one
I think
specifically for this.
I
So
think
for this
anybody
mic.
and like if you have just
Mhm.
anybody because like I had another mic or I do have another mic and without the wind guard, you
Yeah,
would hear popping. Like
yeah.
say when I'd say people, right? You hear pop,
Mhm.
pop with my noise and switching to or not switching, but putting on my wind mic changed everything. It sounded so
Yeah.
much better with my
It
wind mic.
definitely sounds
Yep.
better. Funds are a little low with all the shit that we've bought recently. We have a 4 mic setup right now. Like if you guys ever come to New York, like we could do a podcast. I have 4 mics, 4 headphones, like literally, and a roadcaster.
That's
We spent a
badass.
lot on upgrading everything. We got lenses for the cameras and all that. So, your boy is still paying for
Well,
something.
when we move to Florida, you're gonna
Yeah.
have to come down there and visit us on
I do
vacation.
go down there.
That's
I
what
do
I'm
go down
saying.
there
I'm saying you're gonna have
sometimes.
to
Yeah.
come on vacation to where we're at.
Yo, you're moving to Florida, bro?
Eventually, yeah. Hopefully
Oh,
by next
shit.
year, yeah. Hopefully.
That's cool. We might move too. I saw
Well,
this
you
article
should.
today
You
that
should.
New
Get
York
out of
City, the new
cold.
mayor,
I
is
just wanna
putting
get
up metal
out of here.
detectors in the subway, and I was like, "Yo, I'm out."
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I
Fuck
was like,
these
"I'm out,
places,
bro."
man. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I was like, "I'm
dude.
out, bro."
Anybody who lives in like these type of places, like
Mhm.
maybe you don't, but there's a big free country out there. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. A big fucking free country out there, and these
You definitely want to
ridiculous
move
cities.
someplace warm.
Well, not even just that. I mean, like freedom, right?
Yeah.
Like where you don't have to play these dumb politics where
Word.
it's like it's so dumb.
I just want to raise lizards. That's all I want.
She just wants lizards.
The
That's it.
Lizard
I
King,
just want to be
yo.
able to
You're
have
gonna make a
lizards
Netflix
outside in
doc.
an environment where they can live. Except for at night when it drops cold and they have to get in a little heat box.
I think so too. I think that would be awesome.
Look at Addicted to Knives. He said, "What metal detectors? Yup, they already
Oh,
have
we got
bag
story
checks in the
time.
Yeah, that's
subway."
crazy.
Oh, story
So,
time.
Story time?
Okay.
All right.
story time.
That means I'm
That's-
out because I don't get to talk and it makes me antsy.
Oh, you can
See
tell
ya.
a story.
Enjoy Elden Ring and getting
I
killed and
will.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play for a little bit.
Lizard
you
Queen, somebody just called
Do you
the
want to watch
Lizard
some
Queen.
Peaky Blinders when
Yeah,
you're done?
we can watch some
Oh
Peaky
shit,
Blinders.
yo, that's what you guys are watching right now?
Yeah.
That show's dope.
Yeah,
What
it's
season
very
are you
really
on?
good. I
What season are you
went
on?
back and forth about like wanting or not wanting to watch it like a bunch of times after watching previews.
Very good.
And I don't know, I thought it was kind of like repetitive gangster shit that I already understand and know, and it was going to be, you know, like Goodfellas just a million
Yeah.
times over. Even though
But
that's
it's
a great
Irish
movie.
Goodfellas.
Yeah, I've seen it a million times, and I just thought it was going to be kind of repetitive, but it's not. It's really good.
It's very good.
All right, you
All right,
guys
baby.
have fun telling your
All right.
stories.
All right, love
All
you.
right,
Cool.
see you later. Mwah!
Yeah, I want out of Illinois too. I'm done with it, man. Especially over what happened like with the pandemic and everything.
Yeah.
It literally made me cut ties, like to the point to where, I mean, I've been raised here, and trust me, I have a lot of family. I have a lot of reasons to stay, but to me, like when I feel like my freedoms are being approached and everything like that, I'm done. I'm fucking done with it. Like, to me, I want to fight people. Like, literally, like, I'll fight you on the street. You try to fucking tell me to do shit that I don't want to do. And that's just the way I am. To me, I wouldn't tell somebody else to do something they don't want to do. So don't tell me. People like all of a sudden gain big balls when they feel like they have like the government having their back. But in other places, it's not like that. Just like even here, like you can go to certain areas and it's not like that. Like where I'm from, nobody acts like that because they know you'll get fucking stabbed trying to do some shit like that. So they don't talk to you like that. They don't act like that. I went to all kinds of stores, everything. Nobody said anything about a fucking mask or anything like that.
Yep.
But then you go to like nicer areas and it's like everybody grows some big balls, right? And it pissed me off like beyond like what I like. And it made me realize like why I just need to get out of this place. And like with
Florida's
you with
definitely
knife
the move.
laws and shit, right? Like with you with knife laws,
Yeah.
not being able to have knives mailed to
Not
you
just
and things
that,
like
bro,
that.
like-
That to me is so ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous.
New York City is crazy right now. Like that's the
know.
thing. Like all the mask stuff, like that's gone. Like we don't do that shit anymore.
Good.
You know what I mean?
It should have been gone. We
got the fuck out of Illinois years ago. Yeah. So like you know, we went to the movies, right? And then, you know, we're like, hey, do you want to see our vax cards? She goes, nah, we don't do that anymore. And then I was like, America, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but it's crazy that it even got to that point.
Yeah.
Right?
I know.
Like to me, it's like, think about that. And do you know, I mean, I'm not trying to get canceled on here, but you know, the news really shut the fuck up when 1195 side effects came out. Right.
Well, I think what happened is the war in Ukraine cured COVID. That's what it is. They don't talk about it anymore.
But you notice how that happened at the exact same.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to go,
It's
you
so
know,
funny.
I'm not trying to go too far into this, but it happened at the exact same time that the courts forced them to reveal all the shit on it. And when you looked at all the data, I forget how many pages it was, but it was crazy amounts of pages of like all the research and everything that they were trying to hide for 75 years. They were trying to keep from people for 75 years. Think about that. Oh, you have nothing to hide, right? When you don't want people to see what they're about to put in their body for 75 years. That means everybody who did it are going to be dead.
I might die, bro. I got all three.
I'm not saying you are. I'm saying, well, it does. If you can go, look it up now. Now you can go look it up and see what type of risk you're at. I'm not going to get into it, but
I might die, bro. You know, one day I'm doing a live and I might just.
I don't care what anybody does, but I think that's the whole point of freedom.
True.
Right. I can be best friends with anybody who doesn't want to do anything I don't want to do. And that's the point. Like, that's what I love about freedom is that I don't have to agree with you to be friends with you. But in the same breath, I'm not supposed to force you to do something I agree with that you don't.
True that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true that.
You know, you can go as deep as religion or anything. Richard, thank you, brother. Thank you for the 5 bones. We got story time and you're up, right?
I'm trying to think of one that's really good. I have a crazy one that involves like, and you know, this is I don't know if I ever told this on a podcast or on a live before, but when I was 19, that was the first time that I like fell in love with a girl, right? And at 19, I had already moved out of my house.
Okay.
And this girl was fucking trouble, dude. This girl was fucking trouble, bro. She was really crazy, and I was super in love. At that time, I was hanging around with a lot of like Asian gangsters and shit. And
Mhm.
she was in that world too.
Yep.
At 17 years old, this girl did time at Rikers Island for 3 months
Mhm.
because she took a girl to the top floor of this building with her other girl cousin,
Yeah.
and they because that girl like fucked her cousin's like ex-boyfriend or something. So they beat the shit out of this girl and like took her face and dragged it on the rooftop and
Oh,
like
man.
fucked her up. Like when she
Yeah.
got out of jail, like the girl I was dating, that girl was still in the hospital. So
Damn.
after 3 months, she was still fucked, right?
Yeah. She got
And
fucked up pretty bad.
she was really crazy. She had this like crazy ex who was like some crazy gangster, like low level, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was just like some guy like pretending to be a tough guy, which I'm not. But at that time, you know, you gotta keep that front up. You know, you're hanging out with these people.
I get
You
it.
gotta step to it.
Yeah, I
So
get it.
she worked at this karaoke bar, and I didn't trust her for some reason, right? I didn't trust her at all. And this is how stupid I am. You guys can flame me in the comments. Like it's totally fine because like I'm married now with a fucking cute white girl and it's all good. So like I didn't trust her because I was singing karaoke with her in the bar and stuff, right? It's not a karaoke bar, it's like a karaoke place with rooms, and you could rent a room and sing karaoke in it. You ever done one of those?
No, I don't understand.
Okay, so you know what karaoke is, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so there are rooms in this place, and you could rent the room and sing karaoke and have your own private room.
So you're the only one in there singing to yourself?
It was just me and her because business was really slow. So me and her
Okay.
are just chilling in there.
Would other people normally be there with you, or you get to pick who goes in there?
No, it's only your people.
Okay,
That's why you
gotcha,
rent the
gotcha,
room.
gotcha.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's kind of
private
like a
karaoke
studio.
rooms.
Yeah, correct. You know, we finished like hanging out or whatever, and she has to stay like really late, you know, because the karaoke place is open till like 1:30 or something like that. So like I pretend to go home, right? And I'm just kind of like hanging around outside because I think like her ex is gonna go see her, right? And he fucking comes, dude. He comes, right? And I'm
Mhm.
like hiding behind this dumpster, and I see them like talking, and then I come out and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Right?
Ready to
And
fight.
everything is getting tense. This dude doesn't speak English. He's like a
Oh,
Fukanese. He's from Fuzhou. He's a Fukanese Chinese guy. He's
okay.
like yelling
And
yelling
you don't
shit.
speak that.
No, I'm Filipino, so different
I
kind
know,
of
it was a
Asian.
joke.
But she's trying to stop us from fighting. She tells me to go home. So I'm heated, bro. Cause I'm the, you know, she left him for me, right?
Yeah.
So like she I think she was just trying to de-escalate the situation. But my 19-year-old brain, all these fucking hormones, I don't understand that. So like they get in the car together and are about to leave. So you know that little like thing that you hang on to on the side in the passenger
The
side?
old shit bar.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I fucking grab onto that like fucking Jackie Chan, and I'm going down College Point Boulevard like this, and he would go, and then he would stop, and then he would go, and then he would
And you were
stop.
swinging back and
Yeah, I'm
forth.
like holding on. The door is kind of like open because
Yeah.
like, you know, I got in, and the guy stops, you know, the girl, you know, I don't want to say her name. The girl is like trying to stop everything. He like pulls out a knife. I wasn't into knives at the time, of course. I find a Snapple bottle on the floor. I'm like, you know, about ready, right? I'm like, yo, come to the park with me, because there was this place called TB Park. It's like in Flushing. I was like, let's go there because I don't want to fight in the open. And the cops are gonna come. There's always cops around there. He doesn't follow me. They leave. They leave in the car, and I'm like left there, like with my dick in my hand, pretty
Ready to
much, like
fight.
mad embarrassed, right?
Yeah.
This is how obsessed I was with this girl. I have her name tattooed on my back, by the way. That's how obsessed I was.
When you getting that covered up?
I'll show you guys in a second. Kelly
When you
knows
getting
about
it
the tattoo.
covered up? That's the question.
I'm gonna get it covered up. So
All right.
like, this is how fucking crazy, and this is a throwback to how fucking stupid we were as men when we were young. We would just do stupid
I've done
shit.
that.
I went to her
Not
house.
like that, but yeah, I've done that.
I went to her house, right? And I'm calling her. This is way back. We still had like Nokias, bro.
Yeah.
Like with the snake on it. You know what I'm talking about? I'm calling her like crazy, calling her. and they didn't come home yet, you know. And I'm like, fuck, this bitch like went to his house. That's what I'm thinking. And then I see his car pull up. I fucking they must have went somewhere. I hide underneath like her mom's Pathfinder, and I'm like waiting to see what they do. And then, you know, and I'm like so pissed, and I'm like trying to wait and see what they do. If she
Ready to
does
catch a
anything,
case.
bro, after like fucking 30 minutes, I was waiting under this Pathfinder.
Mhm.
He finally leaves, and then she calls me, and she goes, "Yo, come over," right?
Get
And
out
then,
from underneath the car.
yo, she didn't know I was there.
I know, I'm just
She's
it'd been fucked up if
yo,
she
you know
did
what?
know.
I look at her phone. And there was like 268 missed calls from me.
Damn. Back to back.
Bro, you know, long story short, I did date this girl for over 4.5 years. That was like our first year. We stayed together a lot
Oh,
longer.
you
So
stayed with her after that?
yes, I stayed.
Oh,
I was
man, that'd have
still,
been awesome.
bro. This is the look.
I
This
get it.
is
I
this is
get it,
how
though.
fucking in love I was with this chick, bro. You see this?
Got
Look
your
at this
fucking
shit.
name tattooed on you. So what are you gonna
Bro.
get? What are you gonna cover it up with?
I don't know. I'm thinking I want like if I had the money,
Yeah.
I would get a Japanese tuxedo, like full arms, full shirt, like
Yeah.
the middle open. I
Yeah.
would love to get something like that, like done by one artist, or maybe some island style stuff.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
got
mean? The
some cool
old school.
tattoo ideas I'm gonna get done soon.
I'm not sure yet. Yeah, that is my story. I feel very embarrassed to tell that right now, but I, you know, love the audience, you know.
I've told some pretty
Subscribe to Everyday
embarrassing
City
stories, trust
Carry
me.
and Ray and the Kelly and Everyday City Carry podcast. That'd be awesome. Tune in on Tuesday to Good Morning EDC, 7:30 a.m. EST, where we unbox things together from Urban EC Supply. But that's my story.
Well, mine isn't like that, but actually, you know what? Before I get into the story, I was gonna tell, going off of hanging on to a car one time,
Yeah.
my cousin, he was all fucked up, and I had this little
Yeah.
Mazda MX-6 5-speed, and it was a little ripper. But he jumps on the back of my car for some reason, right? And he's all fucked up. And I'm like, get the fuck off of my car, right? And he's like not wanting me to leave or something like that. I got a twofold, I'm gonna say. But
Yeah. Okay.
so
Go
I'm
ahead.
like, all right, you don't want to get off, and I just skirted off. And now I'm flying. Like I'm flying with my car, like scaring the shit out of him, but he's all fucked up. And I slammed on the brakes, and he's hanging on like this onto the back. And when I slammed on the brakes, he flipped over the car and lands on my windshield, right through my windshield.
And
Just
broke your windshield?
smashes it. Yeah, and then I'm pissed like it's his fault, right? It kind of is, but it's more my fault. I'm the one who started going 80 and then fucking stopped. So
Oh, shit.
smashes out my windshield. I'm screaming at him, "You're paying for my fucking windshield, asshole." Another time to the same dude, the same cousin. The night before, I'm about to take off, and he's all fucked up again, and he kicks my bumper right on the way out of the driveway. We didn't get into a fight or anything like that, but like we were kind of arguing, and as I'm pulling off, he kicks the back of my truck in the bumper. I'm driving a Suburban. Didn't hurt nothing.
Shit.
That night, I backed up into a pole, bent the shit out of my bumper. I showed up the next day and told him he did it when he kicked it. He's looking at it. He's looking at it like you're thinking, like he remembered kicking it, but he can't fathom that he can kick that hard, right? He's trying to figure it out, like, how the fuck did I kick this thing so hard? It's steel. It's a steel bumper. Like nobody can kick that hard. Bruce Lee don't kick that fucking hard. But and this thing's like crushed in, and for like days, he's like, dude, I didn't do that to your bumper. There's no fucking way. And I'm like, dude, you kicked my fucking bumper. And I like kept it like really serious. Like, you fucked up my bumper, bro. And knowing in the back of my head, I hit a pole. And he's like, for weeks, for months, I think I had him going. Like, he's like just constantly like, dude, just tell the truth. I didn't do that to your bumper. I'm like, who the fuck else did it to my bumper? Right? You're the one who kicked my bumper. And yeah, finally I told him after months, like, yeah, I hit a pole. He's like, you fucking asshole. But yeah, it was crazy though, because like the confusion in somebody's head when they're trying to calculate how they could have possibly done something when they were that
That's
drunk
hilarious.
or that fucked up. But no, I was gonna tell a story about and this is just a quick one. So about a friend of mine who was a bouncer. So this really ain't my story,
Mhm.
but he was a bouncer and he actually worked at a couple different nightclubs and in a lot of shady areas and everything. So he'd get into it a lot. And one night he got stabbed up and so he got stabbed like 5 or 6 times. And like
Damn.
the next day, I seen him and shit, and he had like he had a stab on his arm, one on his side, like just like in multiple places. And I was talking to him about it. And when, like he ripped off his shirt and was showing me, like it looked like almost like he had been shot up with a paintball gun. Like it was like a
Mhm.
bunch of like purple rings. And you could see like the little puncture in the middle. Um, but so it must have been something small, right? But he
Yeah.
said when he was fighting dude that he didn't even know he was getting stabbed. He
Ice
thought
pick.
he thought he was getting punched because he said like they were fighting, because what happened was he said he was in the bar with the dude and he was taking him outside. And he said when he got outside, dude was wanting to fight him. And this dude, he's not a real big dude or anything like that. He was a Hispanic dude, but he was pretty scrappy. Like he was
Yeah.
somebody who would throw down. And
Mhm.
he got into a fight with dude and probably shouldn't have because he's the bouncer. He's supposed to just remove him and walk back in, but he did. And he said when they started hitting each other, he said he didn't even know dude had anything in his hand at first. And it wasn't until like it was like over that he realized he was leaking. He's
Shit.
bleeding from all these areas. And he realized he wasn't getting punched the entire time he was getting stabbed.
Holy
And
shit.
but but where I'm going with this is because I always think about this when I think about, like if you get into a knife fight because he told me a story about another time where he almost got stabbed, but dude stabbed himself in the
Yeah.
fight. And that's what I'm going to talk about right now because he said what happened was the guy pulled out a knife, and went to grab him. And out of reaction, like if somebody grabs you, your reaction is to remove their arm from you, right? To push their arm away from you. And when dude pulled out the knife and went to grab him, he went to stab him. He moved his arm. Dude stabbed himself right in the fucking hand. And I always think about that. Like if you're gonna do something, keep this hand out of it. Right?
Yes.
Keep this hand out because you would hate to grab somebody, then you start cutting or whatever, and now you're cutting the fuck out of yourself,
Yep.
or stabbing or whatever. Um, and I don't know why, but like every time like I think about that, just as a guy thinking about dumb shit like that, not for any real reason, but just thoughts go past your mind. I always think about that, like I'm tucking my arm. Like I'm not gonna leave my arm out there for that.
Yeah.
Um, to
I
get
wonder
to
how many times we cut ourselves
well,
by accident in
me.
our knife journey, right? Like I did it so many times
I
too.
got myself a lot.
Yeah.
I got
Where you just
scars
like, oh,
all over.
yep,
Not
yep.
just from that though, like, dude, I got scars from all kinds of stuff. I almost chopped my finger off with a machete one time, but it was because, dude, I was so fucking poor. And I was living in a house. I didn't have no power. I didn't have no heat. I didn't have anything. And I'm like struggling to survive, bro. Like real struggle.
Damn.
And I needed a fire, and I had a fireplace, so I'm using the fireplace all night and sleeping right next to it to basically stay warm, to stay alive, because
Yeah.
inside a house with nothing is actually colder than outside
Yeah,
because
sometimes that's true. Yeah. I
right.
definitely
It's like
understand that.
because of the insulation traps the coldness in,
Mhm.
unless if you can heat it up. So as long as I kept that fire going, it was livable next to the fireplace. When you got
Mhm.
away from it, it wasn't that great. But it only because it was so cold, right? If I could keep it going like 24 hours, I could heat the place pretty well, to where it was livable, but it's almost impossible to do that. That's so much wood. It's
Yeah.
so much wood and
Mhm.
you have to stay there. So in the middle of the nights, I'd have to load the fire like 5 times. If you fall asleep, you're going to wake up and you are going to be so cold you could barely move. So all night long, barely falling asleep, I'd wake up, chop some more wood, and I always have wood chopped ready to go in. And I had fallen asleep and I was so used to just getting up and chopping the wood that it was just natural. Well, I grabbed the knife and it was like a big Bowie knife, like a chopper.
Yeah.
And I had the log and I was chopping it and wham, right through it, right to my finger, right to the bone. So not
Damn.
only am I in the most shittiest position ever, I'm now like leaking all over the place, like fucked up. I had to
Fuck.
wrap it. I didn't go to the hospital or anything, but
Yeah.
just because of the situation I was in, that's kind of a fucked up mentality. But yeah, and the next day was Thanksgiving.
Oh
So
my
it was
God.
a really bad situation.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, it was real bad. Um, but yeah, shit happens.
Shit does happen, bro.
Yeah. I was just in a
Dude, thank you for
real
having
bad
me on the
spot.
show, man. It was fucking
Oh
awesome.
man, dude, thank you for coming.
I
Just so
really
you guys,
enjoyed it, and I always love like shooting the shit, chopping it up with you, you know, and allowing me to like promote shit and stuff like that.
yeah,
Definitely,
dude,
guys.
you're always welcome to come on, man.
Yeah,
Anytime, just let me know and we can get you on if you ever want to promote anything or even just to come on and shoot the shit. Make
yeah,
sure you guys, if you guys are interested, Mike Emler's going live right now. So once we close it up, you guys could jump right over there to Mike Emler's live. Ray, thank you again for joining.
yep.
Shout out to all the moderators. Shout out to the
Oh,
Bang Gang
word.
squad. Shout out to all the patron members. You guys are all awesome. We have another giveaway already for the 100,000 giveaway. I'll reveal it probably tomorrow, but I love you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Ray, again, thank you, brother.
Good morning, EDC, every Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. And just yeah, subscribe to Everyday City Carry. The link's gonna be in here. And this
Oh,
is
that's
Robin
great.
Williams. If you want to check out some Vosteed knives before he goes, yes. What is Vosteed?
That's the knives I pulled
Oh
up.
yes, 100%. I
Yeah.
will make silly content with it as well as booby ones and regular ones.
Bang, bang.
Yeah. Bang.
See you guys later. Peace.
Peace. Yo,